Here we are again. 47-yard try, his longest attempt of the game. He has missed his last. Back. Ball.
What is going on, everyone? We are live. Actually live. We are actually live. I'm mainly saying that for the esteemed panelists down below that are waiting to be introduced, so they know what's going on, because we did discuss this. But welcome to it. Another fucking episode. We're doing the classic Week 4 wrap-up. I'm here with the usual Spencer, the Guru. What's going on, man?
What's happening, Blake? Man, I'm excited for this one, bro. Week 4 was a rough one for me as a Saints fan, but a fun one from a fantasy perspective, because it always is from a fantasy perspective. Like, you can't lose because, especially when you're in 13 leagues, you got so many guys to keep an eye on, so many possibilities for big points, and you usually end up, you might not win all the leagues. Like, there's usually a lot of success stories to be told. So we're gonna get right into it, man. I'm ready to chop it up.
We're also joined by someone that we're all familiar with, BogardScottFree.
Yes.
What's happening?
I hit the turf like an asteroid. You know what I mean?
Damn.
I'm there, horse. Oh yeah.
You sound real clear, Bogard. You got a new microphone?
Nah, I just ain't yelling. Yeah. You know, the distortion will come. I'm a couple beers in. I legit had something to do, and I was like, man, I can't leave my boys hanging. I'm like, I curved it. I'm like, I had to go make the phone call. Someone will take care of it for me.
Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Hold all my phone calls and clear the schedule.
Clear the fucking schedule.
Let's talk about this Week 4, man. This is okay. Real quick, I do want to say, I asked this to Spencer the first time he was on my show, and I want to ask you guys. You know what I'm saying? And I asked myself the same question. So let's just go around the horn rapid fire. Would you rather win all your leagues or somehow your favorite team wins the Super Bowl this year?
Well, I mean, we're basing it on this year. I don't think my squad. I mean, okay, somehow I was gonna say I don't think my squad's winning a Super Bowl, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm doing pretty rough in fantasy, but I'm also doing pretty rough as a fan. So either one will fucking do. I would probably take. I'd probably take the Super Bowl.
I like it. I'm taking all my leagues.
I think
you got more money invested than me.
I've got so many leagues. I got 13 fucking leagues.
I want to win them all.
Yeah, if you get all of them, I think I'd have to do it, man. All my Hoodad brothers out there be mad at me. I think I'd have to.
I think my Niners and your Saints and your Steelers, they're all a year away because, you know, Lance, after a year, probably going to be that guy. I wanted him to sit all year. I'm on record for saying this. You know what I mean? I mean, for fantasy purposes, I would love him to start this year. That's going to be fun. I mean, he put up 24 points in one half of football, right? So I like the idea of Lance, but I mean, we're too far away. I mean, look at both Aaron Rodgers could help you guys next year. So it's like, you know what I mean? This might just be a lost year for all three of us. Let's just go ahead and win all our leagues.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Give me money.
Yeah, 13 leagues, give me money. I would make some money. Hell yeah. I think 4 and 5 it was a money league. So yeah, I would rack up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's break this. Let's break this thing down. Where are we going first, BWB?
Well, first, I'm about to post this fucking link.
Oh, we're not even on yet. Okay, that's right.
No.
I just noticed that right now. We are on.
We are. Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, I just seen that now. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's start off with Bengals and the Jags. 24-21. Interesting game.
I was crazy.
Jag should have won, man. Jag should have won, and Herb happened.
You know what, man? Here's what I think about the Jags. I think their first 25, 30 scripted plays are executed well. I think they actually adapted fairly well, being a rookie head coach with a rookie QB in the NFL. I feel like they adapted well right out the gate, losing DJ Chark, who was probably, a focal point of the game plan going into this matchup because the Bengals were down both starting corners and their starting safety Bates, Jesse Bates, who's been going hamburger. You know what I mean? So it was like someone's going to eat. So the fact that, and I do like this moving forward for Laviska, you know what I mean? Because now they were moving him out wide. He wasn't just a slot guy who gets taken off the field when they go 12 personnel. You know what I mean? So
he's a big body. He should be out wide.
Yeah, but they're using him as a big slot. And then,
Right.
but like I said, when they would go 12 personnel, he comes off the field and it would be DJ Chark and Marvin Jones out wide with the two tight ends. You know what I mean? So this keeps him on the field more, and we saw the production go to him. You know what I mean? I will say though, like I said, those first 25, 30 scripted plays are executed phenomenally. They get into the second half. He don't know how to make proper adjustments yet, because they won in 14-0, and a couple minutes into the third quarter, it was tied up. You know what I mean? So, and that's a credit to Zach Taylor being able to make adjustments at the half.
Yeah, definitely. And Joe Burrow, man, has the heart of a champion. He's coming off that major knee injury like that. I wasn't when they were down there, I was like, it'll probably be an off night for Joe. It just kind of probably pack it in. But man, they just fought all the way back, and gotta give him a lot of credit there. I think the whole thing started, it unraveled at the end of the first half whenever the Jags, instead of taking their points and going up 17-0, making it a 3-score game, they freaking went for it and didn't get it. I was like, oh Lord. Yep.
He got stuffed at the line.
Yeah, I think it was they ran with Lawrence and he got stuffed. I was like, oh, then they just I didn't know if they'd lose, but I was like, well, this really hurts their chances. They went from being like
I want to point this out. Like I said, the first 25, 30 scripted plays, and they went right to a play they ran earlier in the game to score a touchdown. Like, the Bengals saw that coming.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, at least play action it, or fake the handoff and roll out or something, man. Like, it was just like, hey, we're doing this. It works. Do it again.
Yeah, like they fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, they weren't fooling them twice. I mean, the Bengals are been a battle-tested squad. Shoot, I mean, they're 3-1 on the year. I'm really interested to see what they can do this week against Aaron Rodgers and company. See if they could maybe turn him back into Darren Rodgers.
I mean, it's a shootout in the making, and the Bengals, their defense isn't they're not bums at all this year.
No, they're solid.
They got CJ Henderson. Man, they got guys, bro. Like, they're actually noisy right now. They were just beat up on a short week, and they got away with the W, and they're number one in that fucking division right now.
Yeah, that's
they are.
That's crazy.
Bring it up.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, Blake, your Steelers are in the center, and the Bengals and the Bungles are on top. What kind of universe are we living in right now? The Bungles and the Browns are tied for first right now.
The only reason the Browns aren't tied for first in the division is because they haven't played a division rival yet. You know what I mean? Like
they have the same record. They had the Bengals attacking first because they beat
the Steelers. Yeah, everyone's gonna beat the Steelers this year.
I'm just saying. Come on, no.
And listen, you know what? Listen. You got Drew Lock coming to town, bro. You guys are gonna beat that guy down, bro.
Yeah, I think if Drew Lock plays, y'all got it. If Teddy plays, though, that's y'all gonna have more problems. But if Drew Lock plays, y'all got that on lock. Because Drew that man is just awful. I don't know what's going on. I think he's just desperate now. Now that Teddy beat him out, I think that shot his confidence. I don't see him doing well. Maybe he'll prove me wrong, but I highly doubt it. He looks terrible.
Drew Lock likes to roll out and throw a gigantic pick.
Yeah, it's like a big old leg.
Oh, watch this.
Yeah,
hero balls every time.
Yeah, he's got a big arm, but it's like if you can't do anything with it, it's like it's gonna probably hurt you more times than it helps you. He needs to work more on, take some cues from Teddy. Learn to do some intermediate stuff and not be so reliant on the deep ball that he's not even that good at.
Take what the defense gives you is like I bet you that's something they make Drew Lock write on the chalkboard 300 times. Like he's in detention. Like take what the defense gives me. He spells defense wrong all the time. Start over.
They really should, man. They really should. That'd probably be the only way to get through that gnome school, man. That's yeah. We could go on and on about
He's
that.
happier than a motherfucker though. I bet you Drew Lock is the guy who be sitting behind Teddy B like hoping he gets hurt. He's like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
for
think,
sure.
man,
Yes.
we're gonna get hurt. It's like, go ahead, throw more picks.
whoa,
Let's fucking
throwing
go.
all these picks.
I'm gonna throw more picks than Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence put together.
I'm putting my name in the record books this
Yeah,
year.
he's like, I didn't even start the first 4 games, but I'm still gonna lead the league in picks. Book it.
Right?
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
Bears catch a W against the Lions, 24-14.
Man, yeah, I was kind of surprised by this one. I was
So
thinking
was
the
I. I
Lions
would have put my
compete
money
a
on the
little better.
Lions all day. I would
I
have put my
call-
money on the Lions all day.
This was one of the ones I was on record for calling, like just every fire up everything. I was wrong about Allen Robinson though, but the targets just weren't there. You know what I mean? Like
Darnell Mooney absorbed
Yeah.
a lot of them. That was surprising.
he really got 3. First of all, if you want to try to upsell Allen Robinson somehow, you just tell the person you're trying to trade him away to. You say, hey, he had 3 targets, 3 receptions. That's 100% catch rate right there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I like the odds. I like the odds.
But I will say, man, the Darnell Mooney thing doesn't surprise me. I mean, he was one of those receivers that was like stacking up all the air yards. Like it was gonna happen eventually. You know what I mean? Like those air yards finally got recognized. You know what I mean? Because now he started catching those targets. And he did come from the team twos originally, right? So maybe he already had a rapport with Justin Fields. I mean, we were hearing this in camp. Do I chase it? Probably. They're playing the Raiders right now. The Raiders this week. I like Darnell Mooney again. I mean, he's playing most of his snaps out of the slot. We just saw Keenan Allen go crazy on the Raiders out of the slot. Well, maybe not crazy, but he produced the most. You know what I mean? And even Jared Cook out of the slot. So I think that's how you attack this Raiders defense that I think is fugazi.
Fugazi, yeah. We called that one on the show Wednesday, the What If show. Yeah, Fugazi.
We sure
He was
did.
smoky. Yeah, we were on that.
Yeah.
And
Shout
sure
out
enough,
to Fornicator.
Yeah, he really got that. And I was with him because I mean, Derek Carr, it's a big enough sample size in his career. We already know that he's not a Pro Bowl quarterback. For all those talking Derek Carr for MVP, I was thinking, like, do y'all not watch football? Have y'all been living under the rock for the past 5 years? Like,
Dude, they obviously don't know who their backup is, so it doesn't even fucking matter. Backup's the best quarterback in the league.
What a way though to like fail everybody in true Raider fashion, right? Like especially people that depended on them in fantasy. Like, look at how much of a headache this was. You're like, okay, this should be a shootout. I'm starting up everybody. Henry Ruggs doesn't do nothing. You know, Brian Edwards, big old goose egg, right? And then
Waller were the only ones that did anything.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, then you have to wait. You had to wait to see if Josh Jacobs would play. Then if you played him, he didn't do nothing. He's basically touchdown or bust to me. And then Derek Carr leads the league in yards and passing yards, but it literally took 2 out of those last 3 games before Monday night to go to the 5th quarter. You know what I mean? To go to overtime. So I don't know, man. It's so funny that the moment people start putting all their eggs into the Raiders basket, it just, they figure out that basket has no bottom.
Oh yeah, they gonna lose all
dropping eggs.
Well, I will say this: I'm gonna go on record right now and say in that they're gonna finish last. I think they're gonna finish last. I really do, unless. I mean, if Teddy Bridgewater ends up out a while, then of course Denver will end up last with Drew pick 6 lock. But I mean, the Raiders though, with a healthy Teddy B, I think Denver with their defense, that's overall a better squad than the Raiders.
I mean, what do we got here? We got the Chiefs at 500. They're currently last place.
Yeah,
Chargers are number 1.
The Chargers are going to make the playoffs. I think the Chiefs and Chargers are both playoff teams. That's what I thought before the season. I had Denver 3rd and the Raiders 4th, but then everyone was jumping on the Raiders. But I was thinking, well, maybe they'll get 3rd. But I was like, well, who's going to jump? I mean, Denver was 3-0 too. I was like, well, I don't know. Somebody's fugazi. They can't all make the playoffs.
I mean, the Raiders they're in a nice bounce back spot here against the Bears. I mean, the Bears are just in shambles. So, I see them.
Yeah, Montgomery, Monty Burns went down. That was a shame.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, let's not pretend Damian Williams wasn't a boy before, though. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah,
granted,
that's what I was saying. Yeah, I've been claiming him in leagues because, like, yeah, he was that dude with the Chiefs before they drafted CEH. So yeah, they could still be okay. It wouldn't shock me if they'd beat the Fugazi Raiders this week.
That's what I told one of my boys.
Yeah, they're in shambles.
One of my boys just texted me today. I said, Damian Williams isn't picked up. You gotta snag his ass.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He was my number one in my column today, and on the show we did on Bet.Nola, I was saying, yeah, Damian Williams, go get him. He's a must-add at running back because they were all saying like, oh, what to do with running backs? All the running backs are hurt. I was like, well, you can. There's always guys to get. You know, like Samaje Perine. I know we talked about the Bengals already, but Samaje Perine with Joe injury-prone Mixon already hurt. You know,
already.
Yeah, he made of glass, bro. It's pitiful.
I believe in him. He'll be all right.
Oh my god!
Come through for me, Joe. I got 2 Joe Mixon shares. One's for my keeper league. I just been keeping him because I love the guy. It's like a love-hate relationship. The other one,
can't get enough.
The other one, it's
relationship. Just gotta keep going back to it.
It's listen, man. I mean, he's you know Joe Mixon and his relationships. We've heard of him. You know what I mean? They're all toxic. Heyo, right? But listen,
oh Lord,
the other share of Joe Mixon I have. I shout out to Adam Rank. It's in a super flex league. It's the Dream to Walk Foundation charity league. Shout out to Hustler. He commissions this league. Him and Dream to Walk Stu. Man, shout out to them. But yeah, it's a bunch of the NFL Network guys, and it's like I said, it's a super flex. So I had 4 quarterbacks. I traded away. Who did I trade? I traded away Teddy Bridgewater before the year started for Joe Mixon, and I really felt good about that. I feel like karma's hitting me now. You know what I mean?
That's what you get for trading away Gus Edwards in that one league we're in. And then he got
hurt
2 hours later.
Listen, man, you gotta. You know what's so crazy, bro? I have like the Force. Like I swear, but it's like I don't know if it's the dark side of the Force or not. Because like for example, I picked up Alex Collins everywhere last week. Even though he didn't do much, neither did Chris Carson, and now this guy becomes interesting. You know what I mean? Or
Carson's already missing practice, so yeah, Collins could be a deep leagues guy. They're talking about Damian, but yeah, Collins.
And here's the thing: it's a short week. It's a short week.
Short week with him. Yeah, Carson very well might not suit up. I forgot about that. Yeah, they're on a short week. They played a Thursday against the Rams. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me.
It's a bad matchup, but you know,
out.
It's a bad matchup, but at the same time, you know, they have been getting ran on all over the place. You know, the Rams, you know, the phenomenal pass rush, but they're not the greatest run defense right now. They're middle of the pack. Here's another thing. For anybody that can get Damian Williams, if you need to start him, do it. He's playing the Raiders. You could run on them. The next week, playing the Packers. You could run on them. After that, they got the Buccaneers. I forget who else. They got the Niners, the Steelers. Then they go into a bye week. So, you know what my move is right now? If I get my hands on Damian Williams, I'm looking for the David Montgomery owner. And I'm seeing what I can get off of him for Damian Williams. Because, this might be a little fugazi here. Yeah. Even though I respect Damian Williams' talent, he's also injury prone, and he's nursing like a thigh bruise or whatever, which he's going to play. But like I said, he probably got 2 good weeks to squeeze the juices, and then I would move him if not already.
I could see it. Yeah, I'd wait for him to like really blow up, and then once he puts up those numbers, then I'd move him.
But here's the thing. It's
unless
the same
you
way
get the Monty Burns owner to give you a good haul
exactly.
For him.
And it's the same way I was saying this about Chuba last week.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Do you think people now, after we saw it, I don't think people are jumping for Chuba right now. You know what I mean? Like, so the highest value was before we saw anything. You know what I mean? And, you know, coming off a game where he came in the game, Damian Williams scored a touchdown, and then he got hurt himself, but the game was already out of hand. So who's to say that he might not have returned to that game if the game wasn't out of hand? You know what I mean? So I'm saying right now his value is probably as high as you can get without seeing him have a big blow up game. And like, I mean, this guy Herbert, he's third on the depth chart for the Bears. I mean, he's probably whack. He's third on the depth chart. But like, you know, depending on how this week of practice goes, we all know Matt Nagy's a dumbass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He might come out and be like, you know what, they're never gonna see. Herbert coming at him. You know what I mean? Like
Leo Herbert. Yeah, who the hell is that? I never heard of that man before this week.
I don't think I ever
Right.
heard of him until I just mentioned his name 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, they're talking about that on the Adam Rank show yesterday. Like, oh, for deep leagues, Khalil Herbert. I'm like, who?
Well, it's
No,
the same.
man.
See, here's the thing. It's the same. It's just you do due diligence. It's due process, right? So you just go through the process, go through the motions. If just like last week, we were telling people, hey, if you don't get your hands on Chuba Hubbard, hey, take a flyer on Royce Freeman. We didn't all know Rod Smith was gonna come out and like take all the passing down work and literally play every third down. And Chuba, you take away the value of what Chuba could have been. Right, because Chuba still got the 13 carries. If he got some of those third down snaps and got some of them targets, maybe we're feeling a little better about Chuba. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. But so I'm saying all that to say, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes just move it. You know what I mean? Like I tried to move Herbert everywhere that I had him last week. No one bit, and I started him, and he didn't really do that great.
I mean, yeah. Browns beat the Vikings 14-7. This was a weird game. I thought.
I thought it was a good game. Yeah.
Yeah, good real life game, not good game for fantasy.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, no, terrible.
Like Dalvin Cook, man. Here's the thing. I really feel like Minnesota is desperate to get some W's because normally they wouldn't bring back Cook if he wasn't 100%. I don't think he was 100% at all. I don't even think he was 80%.
Oh,
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was a trip. Like this is Zimmer. Like now he's just like mortgaging everything. He's like, fuck it. Put my best guys out there, even if they're fucking gonna die on me. He's looking for
Dalvin Cook fiend is what he is.
He is, huh? He's like, yeah, I gotta win without him. Even though they beat the Seahawks with Alexander Madison, you know what I mean? Still, it's like everyone can.
Thought they would have been extra cautious with Cook and held him out another week and let Madison do his thing again. But they were stubborn, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean the split. Like, does anybody know the split? I know it wasn't too crazy between him and Madison.
Yeah, neither one really did all that much.
They vultured each other. Like if you're not efficient with your touches, you need volume. Like look at our man Najee Harris, right? Like he doesn't need to be efficient. He's gonna get all of it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, they were split. It looks like Cook had 11 touches. Madison had 10 touches.
Yeah.
See, we needed those full 21 touches to go to Cook. So, you know what I mean? Like
last week it was full 20 went to Madison. Where if they're split, if it's a committee, it sucks.
You need them to be efficient, like a Kareem Hunt and Chubb, and I feel like they went into this matchup thinking they were going to do their best Cleveland Browns impersonation. Like, oh yeah, watch this. We got 2 running backs too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that ain't gonna work. Especially when one of them's not even 100%.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say they were.
Yeah,
it was necessity, like for them, right? Like, okay, it wasn't. It was a weak attempt at a 1-2 punch, but it was probably because they couldn't feed their bell cow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a 1-2 punch. That first punch was really.
It was a 1.5.
Yeah,
it was like a 1.5 punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it sucked. For the Browns, I mean, that was a true 1-2. Those 2 haymakers there with Chubb and Hunt. Like that was just, that's why they won the game. Baker sucked ass, but I mean, the running game, that's the best running game in the league by a long shot. That system they've got is. They should definitely keep Hunt. Obviously, they need to trade Hunt, but I mean that's a winning formula they've got going on.
And they're smart
together.
You remember when the Rams were rumored to be looking at Hunt after the Cam Akers injury? And here's the thing. Hunt has a 2nd-round tender, if I remember correctly. So, like, they were firm on it. Like, listen, man, we don't want to get rid of him, but we will, and it'll cost at minimum a 2nd round. And for a team like the Rams, they have 0 first rounds next couple of years. So do my Niners. You know what I'm saying? But when you move like that, these 2nd-round picks are crucial. So, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, we'll get Sony Michel.
Yep.
I mean, hey. Sony, though. I like Sony Michel a lot.
Me too. Not mad at him.
Yeah, he's okay, as a fill-in, a short-term fill-in, which he filled that role well. Hendy's the main guy, but Henderson is a little injury prone. So if you need a stopgap option, Sony's not terrible because, I mean, Hunt, if he'd have signed Hunt, That would have taken Hendy's job. I feel like with Michelle,
it would have been one running back. It would have been just one guy.
Hunt. And Henderson would be a backup.
Yeah, it would probably be like a 76 to 80% to 20 split. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like, shout out to McVay and the Rams for keeping it a true one-back system. Us fantasy owners, we really appreciate when teams do that. Not many do anymore these days. Like your Pittsburgh Steelers beat WV. That's a fantasy dream to have a backfield like that. Just Najee, and more Najee.
I think Najee finished like 9th, 5th, and then 11th or something like that in running backs. So like, he's an RB1.
That's the one bright spot of the squad.
Yeah. I mean,
he was the leader of running. He was the number 1 running back last week in week 3.
14 receptions will do it.
He was the top running back, top scorer.
14 receptions definitely does it.
Yeah, for real, for 100 yards. I don't even know the math on that.
Than any of the damn receivers out there.
Yeah, I mean, you can guarantee he's gonna catch the ball in the backfield a little bit because we don't have a play that goes 5 yards. So
yeah, he's
gonna touch the rock.
Like the way even in back in the day when y'all did have the good offense, Lev Bell was a big PPR monster. Lev Bell was never a big touchdown guy, but he was always that volume guy who caught a lot of passes.
And he was like barely like I mean, you guys might correct me if I'm wrong here. He was barely like 1,000-yard rusher too. It was a combination of everything.
Yeah, that's why everyone that was
he was an all-purpose guy.
Yeah, when he was holding out, I was telling people, I was like, Lev Bell is really not that talented of a running back. He's not a very efficient running back.
He's a product of that offensive line.
Yeah,
exactly.
He was definitely a product of the system. Man, he got big exposed when he left.
That's what I mean.
When you go to the Jets, you know what I mean? Like a terrible line.
Jets, yeah.
And the Jets line is on the up and up now, but when Bell was there, it was not. And you add in poor game plan, poor offensive scheme as well. You know what I mean? With games.
I made a bet with one of my buddies in college who's also a Steelers fan, and we got super hammered one night. We were talking about. He's like, "Fuck, bro." He's like, "Lev Bell's leaving, man. We're fucked." And I was like, "No." I said, first of all, Lev Bell's about to get exposed over there in New York. Yeah, and we made a bet, and I was like, he ain't gonna touch 1,000 yards rushing.
For fantasy purposes, he was an RB1. For fantasy purposes, he was still an RB1 that first year with the Jets because he volumed to death, right?
Exactly. Yeah, he was an RB2, a volume RB2.
Okay, he was a high-end RB2.
Only scored 4 touchdowns.
I thought he finished like 12 or 11 over, maybe in PPR. But either way, here's my point.
Yeah,
he really got exposed when he went to the Chiefs because here's an offense theoretically that should be able to use him. And he probably wouldn't have shown them much on the field, let alone in practice, because he was literally behind Darrell Williams after a while. They're like, you know what? Get behind Darrell Williams in a depth chart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, now he's with the Ravens. He's struggling to beat out fucking Devontae.
And they just bumped him back down to the practice squad this week. Because here's the thing.
He's literally going from a all-pro, quote-unquote, all-pro to a fringe, like a guy that's barely even on an NFL.
Did you guys hear Latavius Murray's quote about like this? Latavius Murray, Devontae Freeman, Lev Bell. Did you hear that? They were talking about during the game.
What?
No, I didn't actually.
So they asked Latavius Murray in an interview before the game. They were like, so what's that running back room like? There's a lot of guys in there, a lot of talent, and he said. He goes, shit, a couple of years ago, we would have had a cap space problem. Side note, we have a guest, and I was waiting to hit this game until he hopped in. Hey, this guy's awesome. Damn near top 3 humans on the planet.
Oh,
maybe top 2 humans on the fucking planet. Dude, get ready, folks. Fantasy.
Hey.
I agree. Definitely top 2.
What's up, fellas?
He's a 1A for me. What's happening?
Yeah, it goes good, guys. Peterman and Fantasy Football Peacock.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on that Peterman level.
Dude, you got to throw a couple picks. I
think the Steelers. You got to throw a couple picks.
Davis Mills did a good impression of him last weekend.
Yeah. Oh,
Davis
poor
Mills
Davis.
lanes, he could take a hit, man.
Yeah, you know, he got up there and he kept throwing, so good for him, I guess.
Poor
Yeah.
guy, man. He was
So-
scapegoating that. God.
So
dang.
I was waiting for it, but do it. 40-0. Let's hear the thoughts.
That one was hard to watch. I think I made it to halftime, and then I was like, well, red zone time, baby, because I was going to enjoy my fantasy teams much more and players on my squads than watching the Texans. So
You
and
sound like me for years with the Niners. I would just watch red zone and never see my Niners because we would never be in the red zone. You know what I mean?
yeah, this game was tough for Mills. You know, going to Buffalo, and then it was pouring rain. It was just like Brady in Foxborough. So it was pretty terrible conditions. I don't know if you saw the meme yet or the picture, but there's a beautiful one where he's like staring downfield, and he has the arm cocked, and he has the other hand out here, and the ball is like somewhere else, like almost off camera, because it just slipped right out of his hand. You know, he brought it up to
He was
cock that thing
loading
back,
up a
and,
big one. He was loading a big one up.
and he forgot it 5 yards downfield. So bad game, 4 interceptions for him, and I think another turnover. So that was the reason for a 40-0 shellacking. They couldn't get anything going.
Davis Mills is so amazing to me because he has an old school like gun. He has one of those muskets, like he has to stuff it first. So like, you know, it's amazing that he could do all that in the same motion to fire the gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was plenty of times where there was a sack, I think, where he like by the goal line, almost a safety, where he tried to like sidestep and then maybe kind of step up into the pocket. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, Tyrod would be 5 yards down the field already, you know? So they desperately need Tyrod back, but 40-0 is pretty bad. I don't know what else to say about that. Brandon Cooks, even him, you know, he was
Tre'Davious White.
Yeah, you know, and he still didn't give you a dud. So if you had to play him, I think he gave you like 5 points, which isn't too bad.
I think he got like 40% of their target market share. You know what I mean? I mean, there wasn't a lot of targets to go around.
They were 3 and out. They were doing 3 and outs like all game long. So it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
but like I said, hard to watch. I don't even this week. It's like, oh man, I don't even care who we're playing next.
I made a and shout out to the Heart to Start fellas, man, in their super flex league. I made a last minute like decision because I was trying to decide whether I'm going to flex Trey Sermon or Zach Moss, and like I was just like, I'm not going to buy into the Zach Moss like hype right now. Like technically Sermon. First of all, I lose by 3 points, so this is why I bring this up, because any different move I would have done gets me the W, and I go to 3-1 instead of 500 in a very, very, very tough league. You know what I mean?
Competitive league, huh?
Yeah, and like I just lost David Montgomery in that particular league, so now it's like, damn, that W would have been nice because at least. And shout out to David Montgomery, he went out like a champ for me right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. He gave you 22 plus points or something.
Yeah.
So.
And we only got to wait until basically after their bye week, which I'm fine with. I will say too, because I just did this today in my keeper league. I sent Javonte. I said, let's see how I can do this. Javonte was my 5th running back. I have, mind you, it's a keeper league, 10 teams. I built this team from the ground up. I've been housing a lot of these guys. You keep 4 every year. So my team, my running backs are Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, and Gibson. I traded for Gibson before the season. So now, and I had Javonte. So I was like, let me just see if I can send Javonte and get Montgomery. And bam, I have Montgomery now. So I'm going to tuck him away because I'm 3-1, and I took a very tough loss because this guy had Buffalo's defense against me.
Yeah.
And I had Mike Williams on a Monday. I needed 8 points. He got me 2.5.
Yeah, I think I started Micah Hyde and he got a pick, so I was happy with that IDP start. It was just like one of those off the waiver kind of one of those deals. Yeah. So
doesn't that make you feel like a boss, right?
It makes me feel smart sometimes. Yeah. I mean, I didn't win my matchup, but that was a good play.
The other week, like look at how smart I thought I was. The other week, I pick up Malcolm Jenkins against it's a safety from NOLA. He's playing against Mac Jones and them, and This is
He got a
incredibly
pick six. He got the pick six.
but
Oh,
when you
that's
really
right.
look at it, it's incredibly lucky. There's no genius factor for me. It was just incredibly lucky that Jonnu is gonna get hit right in the hands and just whoop, here you go. You know what I mean? Because
Well,
that's what
I
happened.
picked up Diggs from the Cowboys like 2 weeks ago. I just didn't start him this past week. I'm like, he's just gonna have to be in. It's because this league is more. It's like more. It gives you more points for tackles and whatnot. But if he's getting a pick every single game, basically, I mean, might as well just throw him in there.
You know what? I'm gonna note. Like, we should pay attention to this, and we should get to this Cowboys game. Actually, is that I feel like as the
Let's
year
move on from that. Take that 40-0 off the screen.
We're definitely gonna see more people stay away from Diggs. You know what I was calling Diggs? I was comparing him to Jalen Ramsey coming out of college. I know it sounded crazy, but he is the type of guy you could put on an island, and he's in a cover 3 system where they put, hey, what do you know? They put their corners on an island. You know what I mean? So the Diggs thing, man, I hope we didn't miss the train, because you know what I mean? He's kind of a guy like people keep testing him, and his technique is phenomenal. He baits receivers, or he baits quarterbacks.
I hope that people will continue to try to throw his direction, but I don't think so. Maybe after this week,
he baits them so good. He kind of got a little Dion in him, where he lets the separation go. Then he closes
has a lot of
the
speed
gap
to make. He has a lot of makeup speed. So, and then he can jump routes that way too. If he, he can.
He's like better Marcus Peters, because Marcus
He's
Peters
not gonna,
is reckless.
He's not going to let you. Yeah, he's not going to let you get by him deep and then try to make it up that way. What I'm talking about is he can give you that cushion and break on the ball and make a play in a tremendous instant. And he's very quick. Ball skills and ball hawking skills, I guess you'd say.
I agree.
So
I like the way he plays. I mean, if I had those kind of skills too, I'd give everybody cushions. Like, try to get by me, and then I'll just break on your stupid curl route or whatever the hell and pick it off. So
what's going on with these receivers, man? I know Cooper got the big one, but like, what's going on? Because I feel like they're so defensive.
They were running the ball, weren't they? I mean, it was a Zeke.
It was working.
It
was working. You're right.
Very well. Yeah, Zeke had another big game.
But you know what though? Like, nobody's covering these tight ends ever. It's crazy.
They take what they say about Drew Lock, right, and take what the defense gives you. Well, Dak Prescott, he don't need to worry about it. He takes what the defense gives him. He spreads it out, and they're giving him the tight ends, I guess, because, man, the tight ends have been killing it, especially Schultz, man. It's been interesting.
Is Sam Darnold the number one dual threat quarterback in the NFL?
Or he has leading the league. I saw him rush. I saw him rush for 2 touchdowns live in Houston a couple weeks ago. So that was interesting and also annoying. I was like, why couldn't they just stop him?
He's not graceful at all. He just stumbles in. He's just kind of big.
I was like, oh, they played it down. Everybody's covered. The rush is getting there. And I was like, what? He scored a touchdown. What the hell just happened?
Fucking Sam Darnold. Stop.
You know what? People don't respect him to do that. So it's like, they're just like,
he's
what?
taking advantage of it. Yeah.
Who had him? Like, I don't know. None of us had him. It's Sam Darnold. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, he just trots on and he just does it all day now.
None of us had him. He's a pretty big dude. I mean, he's pretty close to the field
or something. He's not a small cat. Yeah, I'm trying to think, how many does he have now? He's got like 5. I think
he has 5.
Yeah,
he's got 5. He's had 4 in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, and and here's the thing too, is
crazy,
like he's number 5 overall in most scoring formats. He's number 5 overall.
Yeah, that's great.
I think whenever Christian McCaffrey comes back,
Danny Dimes is number 6.
I was gonna say, I think whenever Christian McCaffrey comes back, he's probably not going to be rushing those in as much. But at least he has. At least he can, if he needs
like
to.
A fullback. He's like their Taysom Hill.
Speaking of which, I didn't put him in my Scott Fishbowl lineup because he hadn't done shit like all season. So
yeah, he stole touchdowns from Kamara, man. Like, Kamara had 120
and Winston.
That's probably
like they're like, get him out of there. They're like, put in Taysom and he rushes it in.
Yep, man. They really. We'll get to that one, man. That was brutal, but yeah, they I don't know, man. They're definitely not letting Winston be anything like infamous Winston. It's like they don't trust him. Apparently,
the only place where I have Jameis Winston is a Superflex Dynasty, and it's called the name of the team is All I Do Is Winston, because I've had him for like 2 years already, and I was waiting to play him. I I played him week 1, and then I've benched him the rest of the time because I have Trevor Lawrence. I picked him up in a rookie draft, so they're playing Trevor Lawrence and Jalen Hurts.
Get
lately,
a picture of Jameis Winston. Put the Little John dreads and hat and the sunglasses on him. Yeah. Oh no, never mind. It's Khaled.
I should do a little edit for that team, for that league. But anyways, I'm 4-0 in that league right now. The only 4-0 team the only 4-0 dynasty, I should rename it because my guys on that I have Darren and Waller
as well.
Yeah, I have a Darren Waller and Travis Kelce stack, so I should really rename the team to something about them. But whatever. All I do is Winston is fitting. Because nobody believed that he was going to be a starting quarterback again. So I was like, I'll take this guy for free off the waiver wire.
Hey, dude,
Give me that.
I've been on that Jameis Winston train for a grip. I wanted him in Pittsburgh. You can take that shit back.
Yeah.
Way a long time ago.
I heard Big Ben hobbled right now?
He has a hip
injury. He's got that hip injury. No big deal. Hey,
you put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you shake it all about. And do
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it.
And throw 4 yards down the field. You'll be all right.
Oh man.
This is great for all our Najis. You know what I mean?
I have Najee and yeah.
I swear
we
to
love
God,
it.
If we have one more 4th down play and throw it behind the line of scrimmage, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
4th and 9. We're going for it.
Hey,
we're gonna throw it negative
behind.
2.
Yeah.
It's 4th and 11 in our book.
We did it 2 weeks ago, and we just did it on Sunday. I was like, once again, it happened. I watched it. Fucking drops back, throws it behind the line of scrimmage. I was like, what are we doing? What's going on?
You know, do you remember last year when they played
Deontay was great though.
Oh yeah. You know
it's
what?
nice to see him back. Yeah,
it's funny because
him and Harris, that's like the whole offense.
Because Big Ben could theoretically be like, all right, guys, you got to do everything for me, okay? You know what I mean? And no one can say anything. He's like, I'm just gonna give it to y'all, and y'all got to do all of it. You know
I mean, instead of throwing it behind the line of scrimmage, I mean, he might as well just like force it down the field and get picked off or whatever. I mean, at least he's trying. I would say throw it to Deontay. He's got to be out there somewhere.
He can't because last week he had a couple plays downfield and he fucking threw it to no one. So it's not even an option anymore.
You think Mike Tomlin, you shout out to Coach T first of all, but you think he's such a player's coach that like it's hard for him to make the right coaching decision like without having feelings here or feel like, you know, he's going to hurt Big Ben's feelings because he had no problem when there was no Big Ben. He was like, listen, Mason, racist, Rudolph, we're putting in the duck because the duck is going to get it done.
Right?
I forgot about Duck Hodge.
Right? This was 2019.
Over in LA.
Yeah.
This was 2019 shit, right? So now you have Haskins and Rudolph, and maybe he doesn't have the heart to be like, listen, Ben, we're gonna sit you down. Matter of fact, I didn't hear anything about Big Ben's hip injury until I seen Coach T's presser where he was like, yeah, Ben has a hip. Maybe is that him like, listen, we got to sit him down somehow because
I think it's him trying to cover up the fact that literally last week, right before the game, he had a press conference and he said, if things don't change, there's going to be a swap. And things didn't change. He looked arguably worse than he did the week before.
And then he didn't swap.
Right. He's like, I can't do it. So he's got a hip injury.
But
I love Coach T, but
he's gonna have to make.
But how about this though? We don't see what they see in practice. So maybe Big Ben is actually better than those two QBs in practice, even. So he can't even make the switch confidently because he saw Duck was playing better in practice. Like, man, we're making a switch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just because Coach T's a smart coach, man. So I feel like this is the conflict of interests for him because, like, you know, Big Ben is the type of guy, he has no problems just throwing people under the bus. Remember when Lev Bell was holding out? He couldn't wait till James Conner had a big game. He's like, we don't need Lev Bell. Like, why are you like, you know what I mean? Like, or when he had problems with AB, he was very vocal about it. Like, who's to say he had problems with Todd Haley? He had problems with Randy, whatever his name is. What was the guy after Todd Haley? Randy Frankner. And even last year, the game against the Colts, remember they went on that losing streak after being undefeated for 11 weeks straight. They go on a losing streak. They get the Colts. They need a win to get in, or not even to get in. They just needed a win. And then it was Big Ben. He was calling the audibles. So he's like, oh yeah, we were just backyard football. We were just, like, I don't believe that anymore. Because we're seeing the same thing as last year. He's just, all he could do is throw it short.
It's one of those things where, I sit back and watch a game, and it's extremely frustrating, number one, because I just don't know what the fuck's going on. But I have the same thought process you do, because I'm like, this whole time I was under the assumption like, oh, Big Ben's calling the audibles, Big Ben's doing this. Let's fucking let's not.
He's like, I'm calling the audible 4 yards.
Right.
Every time.
It was to a point where I'm like, fuck, we don't even need an offensive coordinator. Just let this guy do the whole thing at this point. Because, like, in my opinion, the offensive coordinators last year, Matt Canada, I'm iffy on him, but
blame Canada. South Park reference. Blame Canada.
I like that.
There's a whole song for it and everything.
All
Might as well.
Canada's fault, man.
it's just
It's not Canada's fault.
Blame Canada.
Yeah, so
one.
Big Ben's probably thinking, blame Canada.
Right.
He's playing the song in the locker room and
It's your
everything.
fucking fault. You fucking suck, dude. You can't throw more than 5 right down the field. It's you, bro. Let Canada live.
I'm a big fan of the Pat McAfee show, and Pat McAfee and his whole crew, they hail from Pittsburgh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yinzers.
and he said this. He said they pointed out the fact that, like, this year Big Ben is like a big Jesus freak now. He's like a big like Christian.
Oh yeah, they
Really?
said it's because he found Jesus that he can't play football.
Yeah. They said he found Jesus and it's not working for him.
Yeah.
That's what happened to the entire Texans organization.
They were Christ
The
walking.
whole organization. They started going to church.
That was the new sea walk. It was the Christ walk. Christ walking on water.
Well, it's worked for.
I can walk
it's,
on water, but I can't throw a football more than 5 yards. That's the
I was gonna say, it's
trade-off.
worked for
That's the
Russell Wilson
trade-off.
only, I guess.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
know.
Russell Wilson just
That's
praised the white
debatable.
Jesus. He praised the white Jesus and he gets a beautiful wife. He wins like Super Bowls and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, he has a coach who's old and senile, and then still they just make it happen. Like,
He does it,
I don't
despite
know.
him.
It's a coin flip. He's a fucking hell of a football player. He does good things on the field, but he's got future in his fucking ear, dude. I don't know if I can.
I mean, he literally has future. He has 50 Cent and Future's like leftovers. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Dude, put Future
You-
in the booth on Sunday. I just want him to be in the huddle being like this, and all of a sudden just hears he's rattled the rest of the day. He hears Hendrix, he's rattled. He's like
every time they play the Niners, right? In Levi's, our return song, like whenever we're gonna kick the ball off, they play Tony Montana. You know what I mean? Tony Montana. Like, you know what I mean? That's this, you know what I mean? I swear we need to stop playing that song because that probably rubs them the wrong way. And he goes out and beats my Niners, and we've never beat them in Levi's.
Oh, yeah,
We've been in since 2014, never beat them. At seven games, we've never beat them at home yet in this new stadium. It's it's a fucked up stat.
How'd you feel about this? 20-21.
You know what's crazy? I was saying this on the show earlier today. I think my Niners are good at we're not good at lying. We're just liars, bro.
I still don't know what to do with the backfield. I think I'm just gonna start picking up and I'm gonna start picking up and playing Kyle Juszczyk because he's like the only stable one who's been around forever. That he's getting targets and carries.
PPR Jim, Kyle Juszczyk.
You know, that's a great prop. Every week, whatever betting sites you guys are on, just look at if there's a Kyle Juszczyk receiving prop, because always take the over. They usually put him at like a 2 or 2.5 or 3 or 3.5. Bro, he's gonna get.
If it's a 2.5, I'd give it to I'd take it all the time. I'd be like, give me that.
But also, as long as it's Jimmy though, because
if it's Trey, then
Lance, he's gonna be Juszczyk's gonna be out there blocking for him. You know what I mean? Juszczyk is an extension of the line.
Yeah, I'm with Lance. What you think about Kittle and Ayuk? Because it seemed like neither of them did much in that game. Are you concerned now with Lance that they're gonna
Well, there was a busted coverage play where Debo just got like everything on that, like he had the week
and he
prior.
still underthrew the ball too.
Yeah, it was a weird. It was a weird. He waited on
raw.
it.
Extremely raw.
Yeah, he's gonna have to work on his accuracy. He's kind of like the way when Josh Allen.
At least he read the play correctly, you know.
Yeah.
And he didn't overthrow him to where he wasn't going to be able to catch it either. So, you know, he connected on it. But yeah, that was a busted coverage play. Like nobody stuck with the wheel route on that. It was obviously, I saw one of the DBs, I don't even know who it was. He like pointed at him like somebody cover him, and nobody covered him. You know?
He was pointing at him. He was saying, he took my chain. He was like, there he goes with my chain. Bro, he came to so Hustler showed me some shit that on TikTok, Debo before the game, on the way to the game, he was dressed as Debo from Friday.
Yeah.
Was
he went out there and did his thing.
Was he on a
He's
bike?
badass,
Cool.
man. Yeah, he's badass.
He's balling, and it makes me worry about Ayuk just a little bit still.
Is Brandon Ayuk droppable?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about with BW earlier before we went on. I was like, man, I'm getting sick of some of these guys, and Ayuk's the one that goes to mind. It's like, man, do I just cut them at this point? I mean, I'm in a 10-man league where I'm serious.
I think in a 10-man.
Yeah, I cut him.
I would cut him for Darnell Mooney real fast right now in a 10-man league.
Yeah, I cut him. I can't do it anymore. I had Devontae, Scary Terry, AB, and Rondale Moore. I'm cutting him.
I have him in a few leagues, and he's at the bottom end of my bench. But if there's one league in particular where I have Robert Woods and Allen Robinson, and it's just like I can't really cut everybody. You know what I mean? I gotta do something.
You're probably gonna have to hold tight with him. At least Woods caught a touchdown. That was encouraging.
And I played him last week because the guy I was playing against had Arizona's defense, and I played Henderson as well in my flex, so that worked out. I was down by 8 points on Monday night, and Jared Cook was my last play, and I got 16 out of him, so it was great. But yeah, back to this Seattle game. I mean, Tyler Lockett was poo-poo. He didn't show up at all.
Yeah,
that's a Tyler Lockett game, though. I feel like
that's what he does.
We've had so many conversations about it.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett does this. So, I mean, you can every 2 great games, he's had how many in a row that have been kind of
he's done that this year already. Yeah, he's had
and then fire him up in your
the next 2 garbage.
Fire him up in your flex next week then or something. So
I wouldn't give up. He's one of those guys. He's annoying, but you kind of have to stick with him. Who did they play? Oh yeah, they had the Rams on a short week. Yeah.
Chris Carson has also showed up with a neck injury, and I have him in a couple of leagues also. So it's like, I don't know where to go from here necessarily.
Alex Collins might be a sleeper.
Yeah, he's somebody who's at least showed us something in the past, and he'll river dance, in the end zone, which is cool to see, or whatever that thing is, whatever he's doing.
I'm about to check that out. I haven't seen it actually.
Yeah, he's a dancer. He does like some Lord of the Dance kind of jig or whatever that is.
It's an interesting little jaunt, if you will, that he does.
He's jaunting in the end zone that last touchdown that he had. But yeah, Chris Carson, I guess he's been kind of banged up. We got to have to monitor that on a short week, so got to pivot there if you can. I don't know what I'm going to do with that news that I got earlier today. That was probably broke about 2 hours ago. Chris Carson's neck.
Yeah, we had talked about that earlier.
Being
a potential deep league waiver wire claim.
I'm telling you, like Miles, you're in multiple leagues with me, right? Or at least that one, right?
Yeah, I think we're in 2 leagues together.
Last week, I picked up Alex Collins everywhere. And before the weekend, I think I cut him everywhere except for Spencer's league, where I just didn't. There was no one else I liked out there to cut him for, so I still have him.
All in.
Yeah, I've done that in a few leagues.
And now I can't even reclaim him because I cut him.
You have to wait. You have to wait for the waiver period to end.
Yeah, they're gonna get him. At least the Chris Carson guy.
I did that with Kenny Gainwell in a league.
I cut Kenny Gainwell. I had him everywhere last week too. I was like, goodbye, Kenny Gainwell. Go score points for someone else. It's like true love. I gotta let him go and see if he comes back.
Yeah, for sure.
It meant something.
And it's because I think I was holding on to Trey Sermon in that one particular league where I was and Tyson Williams, and now I look back at it and I'm like, well, that sucks.
But you know what?
I have Tony Pollard. I have like all the backups. have
I
all
think
the
Mike
back.
Tyson's coming back, bro. I think they made Mike Tyson a healthy scratch last week to see what they got with Lev Bell, and this week they dropped Lev Bell back to the practice squad. So, you know what I mean? They got a good look at him. He had 9 carries.
Well,
You know what I mean?
that'll
So-
be unfortunate because I think I already set my waiver claims and he's going to get dropped
Yeah.
if I pick up another running. If I
Well, you
pick
know
up
what, though?
Williams this
We're-
week,
We're
So-
angry cutting them. We're
Yeah, I'm probably gonna angry drop.
No,
him.
I didn't angry cut him. I'm dropping him if I pick up Williams
Oh,
and
okay.
my claim goes through for him. So or maybe a better
Yeah.
wide receiver. I mean, I have leagues with claims everywhere. Probably after the show, I'm gonna run through them again just to make
You
sure
know
I
what I
have
hate?
have it correctly.
Whenever I have Fab, and then there's a player out there, and I'm like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get this player easy, bro. I'm just gonna use all my Fab, and someone else spends more than me.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
Chuba Hubbard in the all-in last
I
week.
spent $65 trying to get Chuba. I didn't get him. I'm
Yeah,
like,
the
this
guy
is-
barely beat you. He spent 70. I was like, damn.
I was
he
like,
No,
this
the
is
guy-
a feist.
guy in my league traded away Justin Jefferson to receive
I
some
was
other
there. I
players
remember
and
when you
90
announced this.
and $90 extra Fab so that he could put 202 Fab down on Chuba.
Well, you
And
wanted
then-
that 13 carries with 52 yards real
Yeah,
bad.
exactly. Yeah, somebody put the
Yeah,
somebody
that's right.
memed him real bad. It was the what did it cost you? Everything, the one with Thanos. So
Man. Yeah.
Sold his soul for Chuba.
yeah.
What about
I'm hella mad because I might try to go blow all my Fab to get Kenny Gainwell back. Damn you, Kenny Gainwell.
You must come back to me. I'll do it all. It's all for you, Kenny.
Who's
It's
playing the
all for
Eagles?
you.
The Eagles are going to get mashed on this week, too. Who they playing this week?
I don't care if they get mashed as-
Carolina.
I don't care if
Oh,
they get
yeah.
mashed as long as Hurts continues to ball out for fantasy. I will take it because
Listen, Hurts is the garbage time king. Ain't nobody taking his crown, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, he's
I don't
been
know.
the-
I thought it was
yeah,
gonna-
he's been the garbage time king. I'm
I
surprised.
thought it was going to be Lawrence. We talked about that in that What If episode, week 1. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, Jared Goff.
Lawrence is
had a
riding
big
shotgun
garbage
in
time.
the
Hey,
garbage
wait,
truck, bro.
Jared Goff. Yeah.
Wait, Peacock, I got a question for you. I've asked
Yeah.
it literally every week. I didn't even bring it up this week, but I'm gonna bring it up now that you're here. This is a big question. Are you ready?
Shoot.
What if Trevor Lawrence isn't the guy?
Oh, well, yeah, he went to Jacksonville, so it's very plausible. I don't know who's
It's Urban Meyer's fault. It's
what
Urban
great quarterback has come out of
He's
out
with
of
Urban
Jacksonville.
Miner.
Maybe
Urban
like-
Miner is his new name,
I
apparently.
mean, Mark Brunell is not a
That
Hall
is
of Famer.
fucked.
Urban Meyer.
Urban Miner girls.
Oh yeah,
Ouch.
Urban Meyer's gonna tell
It's
it.
not a Bogard original. I actually adopted that from someone's
That was
comment
pretty good.
earlier today. I was like, oh, I like that.
He was-
We're taking that with us.
Yeah, the classic meme. Urban Meyer gonna tell his wife this is Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
There's a picture of him with the chick. He's all like, there's like that smug
He's
look on his
catfishing
face.
chicks with Trevor Lawrence's face.
I was gonna say, I mean, at least the team appears, or Trevor Lawrence, not the team necessarily, but at least Trevor Lawrence appears to be steadily improving. So
He's
week to week
good,
here.
man. The boy's good.
Yeah, he
So I don't-
is a guy.
I don't know if
He's
he
a
won't be
guy.
the guy. But he's
Yeah,
not. I
he's
don't think he's
stud,
just
man.
a jag.
Yeah, he's handled.
I
all
see
what
this
you
pretty
did there.
I
well.
like that.
This herb stuff, because if he was a real hothead, like like a Baker Mayfield type, I guarantee he'd be bitching about herb and all that. But he's just playing it real cool, staying out of the headlines. And I gotta give him props, man, because he's got to be deep down thinking this motherfucking Urban Meyer, like, man, this is ridiculous. Like, what the hell? I'm more. He's 40 years older than me, and I'm way more mature than this guy. But it's like I keep on pushing. He'll get fired soon enough. He'll self-destruct, and I'll
Hey,
get an
Urban
actual
Meyer's
head
kind of a
coach.
bitch, huh?
Yeah.
Like Urban
For
Meyer's
sure.
I mean, I get it. You're a winning ass motherfucker, right? But like, we've seen this with Nick Saban and even Pete Carroll's first go at it. Like, Pete Carroll's probably the only college coach that really, flourished and then came back into the league. Like, Jim Harbaugh was like, fuck this, I'm going back to college. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chip
Yeah,
Kelly was like, I
Saban.
can't cut it.
Oh
here.
yeah, Saban. Yeah, Saban ain't coming back. Yeah,
Nah,
Let's
Saban's
not
I
talk
win
about Bill
all.
O'Brien.
Oh.
Hey, listen, Bill O'Brien had the elaborate plan, and someone.
Hey, his NFL record wasn't that bad actually. If you look at it,
He was a winner, bro.
Yeah, he was trying to get fired and was still a winner.
I respect him because after you told me all that shit, I was like, wow, Bill O'Brien, he has the dark side of the force. He's pretty good, actually. Like the dark side of the force clouds the mind. We didn't see that. Like literally everything he was doing, Brad, and still winning. Like I thought it was arrogance at first. Like, I'm just gonna trade away all these guys because I'm that good. No. He was like, he's like, fuck this organization.
It's like I'm winning too much.
Dude, I don't know. In my
I need to challenge
opinion,
myself.
How do we?
But we shouldn't have traded away Brock Osweiler. I would have showed him. Give me Brock. Get into the playoffs.
Oh, dude.
They did. They dumped Brock Osweiler on who?
On the Browns.
Wow.
The Browns were they had enough cap space to take on that crazy contract that Houston gave them. You know what I mean?
Wow. That was actually
that was actually a smart move. Hell of a move for Bill O'Brien. He's like, we got into the playoffs, but you know what? We're gonna ship this guy out because we got Watson now, and he's dumb as fuck to take. And you know what the Browns did? They didn't even use him. He got cut before the preseason. After the preseason, remember they went with Deshaun Kaiser.
Yep.
Deshaun Kaiser.
That was when the Browns were deep in the hole. That was when they were the Browns.
That was when they were like, you know what? We need to get first round picks, the top first overall. Deshaun Kaiser, you're in there. You know what I mean?
Where is Deshaun Kaiser at now?
He went to the XFL and he was doing his thing.
Oh, really? I thought he was.
Is he on his squad now, though?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's on the. No, they cut him. He's a free agent.
Oh, Jesus. Poor Deshaun. Hey,
we'll
take him. Send him over here. We'll take him.
His claim to fame. This was the Browns that year. They're like, you know what? They the Texans, they went and got Deshaun Watson. Let's try this Deshaun Kaiser. Right?
It's so in the name.
Let's roll with
that draft literally was a top bottom deal. They literally had Pat Mahomes and Deshaun Watson, and then he had Mitch Trubisky and Deshaun Kaiser.
Yikes! Hey, Mr. Trubisky scored a fucking touchdown this week. All right.
He did.
Quarterback system, man. 2 quarterbacks.
You know,
and Trubisky.
I used to call Trubisky the broke ass poor man's homeless version of Josh Allen. So he's right where he needs to be.
He's right at home.
Yeah, he fit the system. Yeah, that's probably they probably saw that and were like, well, he's set where if Allen would get hurt, well, we got to clone a poor man's version.
They took one look at Nathan Peterman and like, yeah, we ain't doing this no more. Like,
it's okay. Every organization's wrong at one point.
Mitch Trubisky's like a clone of Josh Allen, and that's why he looks kind of goofy.
Right? He's the inbred version. He's the inbred version of Josh Allen. I like it. We're going with it.
Oh man. Yeah, his genetics are a little whack or something, but yeah.
His mom and dad were definitely cousins.
Second cousins.
His maiden name is Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky. You know what I mean?
It's hyphen, no big deal.
That's so tight. If that's Trubisky hyphen Trubisky on the jersey, bro. That's hella letters, bro.
He can't even. His whole last name doesn't even fit on the ACT form.
Yeah, they gave me like 30 fucking things for that. I'm like, who the hell's name is that long? Even a Samoan cat, even anything that long.
Even the African names, bro. The African names be hella long, bro.
Right? Yeah, like somebody they got like 4 or 5 different names in the name. Like, what? Speaking of KC before we switch, what do y'all think of Josh Gordon getting activated?
I like it a lot, bro.
It's better than.
I looked everywhere today, and he's not available in any of the leagues I'm in. I'm like, fuck.
Damn, man, they might have been on that early.
Mm-hmm.
It literally took a soft matchup against the Eagles, right? For Tyreek Hill to explode again, because every good secondary is just shutting him down, right?
Yeah, keying in on him. Yeah.
Shout out to Sammy Watkins as non-fantasy viable as he was. him being a big body, 6'2", runs a 4.4 type of guy, at least he was a respectable threat on the opposite of Tyreek Hill. This is Josh Gordon, 6'4", probably runs a sub 4.5 still. I mean, in his heyday, he ran a 4.3. You know what I mean?
Right.
And depending on how he can grasp the playbook, because it's a very elaborate system, right? But I will say, hey, just run the 9 route. You know what I mean? And get open, and Mahomes will find you. He literally came from the last team. Where was he at? Seattle. He's literally a guy who could adapt to someone like Russell Wilson extending the play. Patrick Mahomes does that very well. I actually like this for reality purposes, and I think by October he'll be, a flex worthy. Like by the end of October, I think Josh Gordon will be flex worthy. I think he'll be a guy that starts seeing 5 or 6 targets. I think he will soak up the combination of Mecole Hardman and Demarcus Robinson snaps, or not snaps, targets, because Demarcus Robinson's out there running as many routes as Tyreek Hill, getting 0 targets though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking maybe Pringle too, like Pringle and Robinson will be irrelevant. And Hardman, I think Hardman could maybe still have a big game here and there, because even with Watkins, he'd still have a big game here and there. Where Pringle and Robinson, with Gordon, they're going to be done. That's the end of them. Not that they did much.
Yeah, I think this tremendously helps Tyreek Hill, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Travis Kelce and Mahomes.
Shout out to CEH, two good weeks in a row.
Right.
He's getting the volume.
Everyone was hating on him after 2 weeks. This dude's the biggest bust in the history.
I traded for him in a couple spots.
Smart.
And I was successful. Getting him.
Him and J-Rob, him and James Robinson have been they're back to being almost RB1s at this point.
Everywhere I
people
have
are dumping him.
I stuck with him. Everywhere I have CEH, I stuck with him. I didn't trade him at all. I had some offers for him, but I was like, nope, I'm gonna ride with him.
Yep, I stuck with him and J-Rob. I have 1 share of each, and I'm glad I stuck with him.
He got around 20 touches the last 2 games. 17 carries 2 weeks ago. I can't remember his exact numbers from this last game, but going over 100 twice, 2 weeks in a row. Even though he put the ball on the ground, this is a team where they love each other. So you fumble the ball, you're like, listen, man, you're all good, man. Snap. It's not like the Patriots where you fumble the ball and you go to hell. You know what I mean?
It's like Andy Reid over Bill Belichick. Man, fuck Belichick. Andy Reid, you don't have to be a complete asshole to be
Ramondre Stevenson, bro. Ramondre Stevenson could have been a guy. He was killing it all preseason. Yeah. And he was part of the team twos. Right?
It's Bolden, dog. Bolden is the guy.
Right? No, but I'm saying though, because Ramondre, week one, Ramondre Stevenson's first touch of the game, fumbles it. And he fumbled him to hell.
Sent to the
JJ Taylor fumbled on Sunday.
To the depths of healthy scratch.
Yep, that's Belichick, man. Belichick threw the Brandon Bolden, man. I'm convinced Belichick's got a serious man crush on me. He's like, Brandon.
Well, he's a special teams guy.
He loves him.
He's a special teams
guy. So my gosh.
I was gonna say, was it them?
How many years he's been on?
Oh no, it was Chicago. I'm lying.
He was drafted by New England, then had a little stint a couple years ago with the Dolphins.
Patriots. Yeah, he went to the Dolphins in 18. Brandon Bolden has literally been with New England since 2012.
Yeah,
so I wasn't joking. That dude has been around.
He was supposed to be
James. He was just waiting for
James White.
Yeah, he was just waiting for James White to break his hip.
Because James White came through 2015 and they gravitated towards him immediately. That's the last time outside of Sony Michel where he actually used a rookie on their rookie year. Because Damian Harris, he was basically a healthy scratch his entire rookie year. It wasn't until last year they got him on because this guy doesn't play special teams neither. Neither does Ramondre Stevenson. That's why they have no problem putting him on as a healthy scratch, especially when you're fumbling the ball to hell. You know what I mean?
Send him to hell.
To the pits of Mordor.
Freaking Belichick, man. Yeah,
down the volcano.
Yep, I was like, we got to get to the game. I was like, my initial thoughts on it, I was like, in a way, I was rooting for New England as a Saints fan because I didn't want Tampa Bay to win, but part of me was glad that Belichick lost.
Let's talk about that game.
Asshole.
Hey, I got it up, and I'm gonna say this from the get-go. My initial response to my buddies, Like, what are you thinking on this game? I said, fuck, and they both lose because I hate them both. So,
Yeah, yes, I'll drink to that.
I hope they
Man,
fucking
shit.
tie at this point.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, at least it was an entertaining game. But to be honest with you, I think that what was that Sunday night?
Yeah.
It's turned out that I had to put my kids to bed that night, so I fell asleep.
I
at
fell asleep. I had
halftime.
to put me to bed. I fell
I fell
asleep.
asleep at I
Yeah,
fell
it
asleep
wasn't
at
that
halftime.
great of a game, honestly. It was just kind of like, it was real
And-
ugly.
And Mac
Brady
Jones
sure
outplayed Tom Brady.
Yeah, so
I
check it
agree.
out.
Sure
I
did.
started
Sure
I started
did.
Tom Brady as you would, right? But I
Yeah,
also in this other league you have to roster 2 quarterbacks. I only start 1, but you have to have 2 rostered anyway. And I had Jalen Hurts, and it just hurt to look on to my bench and see Jalen Hurts have a great
Against
garbage
the
time
Chiefs.
game.
Oh, how come you didn't ask for a friend on Sunday morning? I would have been like Jalen Hurts. Bro.
I just,
like,
I just figured auto start Tom Brady going back to, New England and just being like, I never left, and like lighting up the Patriots.
He gave,
You know what?
he gave the OG
I was
fist
on
I
that
bump.
side too.
I didn't know the weather was going to be.
Yeah, I didn't check
that
that
bad.
out
Right,
either.
right. Yeah, if the
This
weather
past
wouldn't have
weekend-
been that bad, he may have
And
done
we
it.
actually know Jemo. Like we could have called Jemo. Like, hey, yo, put your finger out the window. Just, yeah, it's gonna be bad today. Like, Jemo's out there, bro. I could have, you know what I mean? It was crazy though to think, when people asked Belichick, they said, "Well, what was it like playing against Tom for the first time?"
well,
I play against Tom every day.
Tom's a great player, and it's a great, he's
No, he said
That's
I
it.
play. He said we played against Tom every day. That's what he said.
I'll play against Tom every day at practice.
Like, what do
Is
you
that,
mean?
is that how Belichick sounds? I don't know. It's my best.
Yeah,
Belichick.
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's pretty good,
Much how he
actually.
sounds. Yeah.
He's honestly, we played against Tom every day.
It's in short. We're on to Miami or whoever they're playing next. I don't know.
Yeah, like when they,
Who do
yeah,
they
when they were
got?
asking him.
Tampa
during
has
the week-
Miami. Who do?
Yeah,
Oh, they
they
got
got
Houston.
Houston.
Oh, Mac
yeah.
Jones is going to Houston, right? Is he in Houston?
Oh yes. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
It is. Yeah.
I don't know if it's in Houston. Or
I think
not.
I'm going to
It
start
is.
Mac Jones
It
over
is.
Big Ben in one of my super flex. Oh wait,
Yeah.
actually,
Oh, that's a No, that's a good idea.
wait,
Yeah,
who
that's
are
a
the
great
Steelers
idea.
playing? Oh, the Steelers are playing the Broncos.
Yeah,
That's a good
definitely play
defense.
Mac Jones. Yeah.
I mean,
Mac
if his hip
Jones,
is
I mean,
still.
hey,
Myers,
Jones, go to
The
Kendrick
Broncos,
Bourne,
the Broncos have
Mac
a couple
Jones going-
guys that can get to the quarterback.
Mac Jones.
So
Mac Jones.
See what
The
I did there?
Who is Mac
Broncos
Jones
got
is the
a-
name of my album.
Broncos
813,
got a couple
Poppy
guys
O.
that can get to the quarterback.
Get Mike
so
Jones
he
up on the
pretty
low.
much-
3004.
He was legit giving his phone number out. He was like, somebody call me.
No, dude, and then you call it right, and it's like the answering machine, and it's like,
Yeah.
hey, this is Mike Jones or whatever. Like, it's crazy. You could leave a message. I mean, it's
Voicemail,
probably by the time you
it's
call it, it was
cool.
full. But yeah, it was full. I don't know
I
if
ain't
it's
gonna lie, I
still.
tried to call the number. Let's see what this is.
Why not?
I don't know,
I did
dude.
it.
So yeah, it's in Pittsburgh.
Actually, I get some
but
grills.
I would go Mac Jones for sure because the Broncos have a couple guys that can get to the QB, right? So you can pretty much guarantee we're throwing the rock behind the line of scrimmage at least 10 times.
Give it to
Dang.
Najee. Give it to
Hey, Vic
Najee.
Fangio-
But start
Deontay.
Najee because he's fucking dumping that bitch.
Hey, Vic Fangio's gonna he sees this. He's gonna be like, listen, we're getting right in that backfield.
Yeah, but if the Pittsburgh was smart, they just start like faking that one and then having somebody on a double move like
It
Juju or
doesn't
something.
matter. Big
It doesn't
Ben
matter.
can't throw anymore,
Deontay.
so-
Deontay, it's
only-
always Deontay.
Big Ben can't throw it anymore. So it
If
doesn't
only
matter.
Big Ben was
Well, but he has to
ambidextrous.
throw it once they get like past 10 yards. Like he does the quick fake and then like right in the window, like a dart.
I'm telling
Not
you,
a
bro,
bomb.
if he was ambidextrous, bro, this would be a different story, man. I think the
He'd
right
throw it better
arm's
with
not
his
doing
left.
it, man.
The right arm shot. All right. Call it
Ugh.
left arm. Left arm.
He's got to go
That still has
southpaw.
juice.
Yeah.
Still has some
southpaw.
juice.
Mike Vick.
If he can
I wish we
retrain-
still had Mike Vick.
Blame
Holy fuck.
Canada.
Blame
But y'all
Canada.
had
Blame
Mike Vick?
Canada.
Yeah, Mike Vick was on the squad.
Oh yeah, I think y'all did. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, we had Mike Vick, Byron Leftwich. Yeah, we had the OG boys out there.
Left
Man,
Witch
they're
was a
over-
lefty.
They're over there winning Super Bowls with Brady now.
Ironic.
It is what it is, dude. I mean, we're still holding on to a 39-year-old quarterback that can't throw, and we have no plans of replacing him at all.
Big Ben needs to put
Guy who
avocados
guys
in
had,
his
like,
life,
6 Super
not
Bowls.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You brought that up, yeah, like, you brought that up every week of the show, and now you did it. I mean, and it's true that no contingency plan post Big Ben. It's
There's
unbelievable.
nothing, dude. There's
nothing there. Was it Aaron Rodgers? By the time y'all get him, he might be Darren
Don't
Rodgers.
disrespect Mason Racist and Dwayne Haskins. Okay.
Okay, Dwayne
Haskins needs a nickname.
I have more faith in Dwayne Askins, as Bogard calls him. I have more faith in him than Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph is a fucking problem. Get him off the squad. You're gone. Get out.
Yeah, why did they keep him around? You'd have thought he'd have been kicked off by now.
Maybe he owes the money, bro.
I thought it was hilarious.
You're gonna work off your debt.
I thought it was hilarious. Dude, Art Rooney Jr. in the offseason, he's like, you know what?
He had a fender bender with Mike Tomlin's car. He's like, listen, I'm sorry I ran into the rose.
Yeah, you got to do Tomlin's laundry for a year.
Dude, I shit. You can't make it up. AR2 in the offseason, Art Rooney. He's like, Art Rooney Jr. He's like, Mason Rudolph, we feel as though, we have a good plan with him and he's going to be our quarterback. I was like, what the fuck? I'm sitting on my couch and I can tell you he's not the QB of the future, so let's figure it out.
He's like, listen, man, might as well go Nathan Peterman then, right? Hey, go Nate P.
Bring me Nate Pete. That's all I want. At this point, you can guarantee Nate Pete's giving us an early draft pick. That's what we need.
Oh man,
yeah, I think racist Rudolph will do the same. He'll do the trick too. So I wouldn't worry too much.
He's throwing beach balls around the fucking field, buddy.
Medicine balls, even.
Medicine balls, dude. It's a problem. It's a problem.
You think Big Ben feels like he's throwing a medicine ball? So he's like,
yeah, that's why he can't throw that.
The way his arms looked the last 2 weeks, yeah, dude. Looks like he can barely lift a football. He's like, He's trying to get that.
Is this regulation? Is this football regulation weight? He's like, gravity is different for Big Ben. Big Ben is on moon gravity, not Earth.
I think it's funny. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Big Ben. He's been working hard. He lost some weight." I was like, "Dude, I mean, he's fucking. He looks like ass. So let's figure it out." Because I'm getting frustrated. I mean, I love Big Ben, and I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be a Green Bay Packer fan where they're like, week 1, Aaron Rodgers, fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Get rid of him.
Hey, get J Love. I'm over here. I'm like, dude. If you want to get rid of Rodgers, send him over to the fucking Berg because we'll take him instantly.
Bro, he's about to slide through next year, bro. And you know what's funny is I mentioned this earlier. Like I love the Pat McAfee show, and I actually missed it today because there's Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays.
Yeah,
where he goes on there and he talks
book club too.
Oh yeah, and last week, he said they mentioned about him playing in Pittsburgh and apparently Aaron Rodgers had. I guess he had a place in Pittsburgh or family, something where he was in Pittsburgh for an extended time. And he's like, he loves the people there. And I'm like, yo, look at him. He's playing the long game. This is chess. He's letting the people know how much he loves them because he might slide through next year, bro. You know what I mean?
I hope.
That's the plan.
Oh my God, that would be so nasty. I know the line is bad, but the line instantly becomes better when they don't hate him. You know what I mean? Here's an example. When it was CJ Beathard, when it's CJ Beathard,
he can throw the ball down the field with Aaron Rodgers. That's the difference. And he has the arm strength.
There is no.
He still got the arm. Yeah, Rodgers still has the arm. I know it's Darren Rodgers. That's a weak one, but he's come out and showing that he's back to being Ron. Right?
And that's the problem with Pittsburgh's offense, dude. There is no stretching the field. It's like. Just fucking stack the box, and it is what it is.
And you know what's ironic? In Canada, the fields are even bigger. You know what I mean?
Fucking Matt needs to figure it out too.
Matt's like, we only need 4 yards.
Well, I thought it was funny too. They were talking. What was it? I think it was Sunday. They were talking about, oh yeah, Big Ben, he gets rid of the ball quick, and I'm like, well, he doesn't have a fucking option. He can't throw it very far. So,
and pressure's coming too.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that incredible? There's all these phenomenal options in the passing game, but they don't care to drop everyone in coverage. You're like, no, we just need to crowd the line.
Yeah, stack the box, and Pittsburgh's offense is fucked, dude. That's it. That's the game.
Najee got that touchdown right at the last second, so that's all that matters for me.
Yes. And I actually selfishly want Big Ben Rapersburger there for our Najis, bro.
I mean,
Yeah, because
he's
will
chocolate.
Askins or racist will they
Yeah.
check down as much?
I don't know.
They
I
might
think
not.
Yeah, I like the world we live in.
The past can tell you that Dwayne Haskins is not dumping it down.
Yeah, he's gonna launch. He's
Yeah.
gonna overthrow a receiver for an interception.
He's-
At least he'll throw it down the field, though.
Although I will say this, I called it. Because obviously I'm in Wisconsin. I got a lot of buddies that are Packers fans. I talked all my shit before the game, in which my response was, "I got to talk shit now because I don't think I can talk it after." So I talked shit before the game, and I called
A
it from
valiant
the get-go.
effort.
I called it from the get-go. I said, if Pittsburgh wins the toss, they're smart. They kick the rock first. They didn't. It's fine. But we kicked the rock first because Packers defense gives up a touchdown at the end of the half every time. But I will say this. I called it from the get-go. I said, we're going to go into the fourth quarter. We're going to be losing. And, Big Ben's going to try to stretch the field, but he can't anymore. And he's going to throw a late interception. Called it from the get-go. Of course he did that. It's classic. Happens every fucking game, dude.
What you guys did for the league, though, right? The Steelers did something phenomenal for our Jamar Chase shares, is because I don't know what they did in that game, but they hurt Jair Alexander, and he might be like that. We haven't got word yet because they're not mandated to let us know till tomorrow. But Jair Alexander might have a season-ending injury.
Really?
And and so Jamar Chase. Yeah, see, that's the thing, though, is it's speculation because we don't know how serious yet. Could be nothing. It could be, you know what I mean? But I just love this for my Jamar Chase this week.
Shoulder injury. Yeah, it could be a bad shoulder injury. Man, that would change a lot of stuff.
We're all about winning battles,
that's a shining
wars, baby.
That's a
that would actually, that would help the Aaron Rodgers stock. That would downgrade Green Bay's defense. They'll probably have more shootouts.
Let's get to that game. We never talked about the Jets. That side of the ball, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, but first of all, before we get to the Titans, I want to say one more thing about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, we're Aaron Jones even. What is going on? Is he nursing something we don't know about? Because, first of all, I'm the production has been low, and they've been subbing him in and out with AJ Dillon more often than not. He had 15, but then when I looked, I'm like, okay, well, Aaron Jones still got 15 carries, but so did AJ Dillon.
Yeah, that's just kind of how the Packers do. That's a committee backfield. That's a committee. They did the same thing with when they had Jamal Williams.
Someone tell me
it's a long season. It's a long season. It happened last year. Even towards the end of the year, you were seeing all three of the backs actually being involved when Jamal Williams was still there and AJ Dillon was there. So, and now you're probably going to see a little bit of what's his name, Kylan Hill. So you're going to see some Hill later on in the season too, just to keep Aaron Jones fresh. I think it was one of those games where they're like, we're going to run a little bit more today, just because we can.
Chalking up for Pittsburgh not being able to stop shit.
What's up with TJ Watt?
That's what it comes out. What?
Did Watt didn't come back yet, right?
He did, I think.
He did? Okay. Yeah. Okay, but he was limited then.
Yeah, he was. He was.
I don't know. I dropped him for Myles Garrett, and then I dropped Myles Garrett for somebody else today. I forgot who it was. Some up and comer from the Jets.
Damn, those are the two best.
Well, you only have to start 3, right? In your league,
I only have to start 2, and I keep 4.
Okay,
so and then I'm rotating them and streaming them all the time. And I just picked up Diggs, like I was talking about, and I have Zach Cunningham from the Texans, even though he's on the COVID list. So I put him in my IR.
Okay, so how about this?
They're playing defense and making tackles a lot, so he's a stud.
Jeremy fucking McNichols.
My only Texan on defense anywhere.
but tell me about this Jeremy McNichols thing.
Ooh,
he did well, man. But no receiver there, he was their leading receiver. That was interesting.
You know what was cool is I wasn't on record for saying this, but I agreed with it because I thought it was awesome when Hustler called this last week. He was like, if y'all are in desperation, and actually there's a league I'm in with them where he is in desperation, he picked up Jeremy Nichols and started his ass. So he was actually, because I respect people that practice what they preach, you know what I mean?
Of course.
And he was like, now these receivers, they're gonna 1-2 punch these motherfuckers, and the 1-2 punch is gonna be McNichols, and McNichols got it all through the air. You know what I mean?
I'll hedge myself sometimes. I have multiple leagues where I was I'm not sure on a player. Where I'm not sure on a player, so I'll start him in half where I feel like, okay, in this league, I need to start him. And in others where I was like, I can start somebody else, I'll do that just to see what happens. But then I look back and I'm like, fuck, I should have started.
Yeah.
I think that happened with Cordell Patterson with me for some reason this past week. I don't know why I didn't start him. I don't know why Corduroy exactly. I don't know why I didn't start him for some reason in that league. I think
man, when we get to that game, boy, do I have a story. Boy,
I put Odell Beckham in over him or somebody else. Or
I have a Corduroy story that's like it could have been a disaster. Let's just say it could have been a disaster.
But yeah, let's talk about the Jets. Like I said, I did pick up a linebacker. He had like 12 tackles or some shit for them, and he could be like a diamond in the rough kind of thing.
Yeah, Rob Saleh defense.
Yeah, I was like, let me just add him to my roster.
Yeah, maybe be there, Fred Werner.
Yeah, dude, you never know.
I am so happy with this game. I'm so happy. I almost did a 16-leg parlay. Almost tried it out.
I'm super excited because one, it keeps the Titans from getting too far ahead of everybody in the division. Two, the Colts and the Jaguars also still suck nuts. So the Texans are hanging around, just waiting for Tyrod to get off IR, and they can compete, in some of these games going forward. But hopefully that's sooner rather than later.
Yeah, the Titans. You know what the Titans kind of remind me of? Like, if they keep Tannehill healthy, then they probably won't end up like this. But kind of like Dallas last year. Like everyone's like, oh, well, Dallas, they're going to win the division by default. Then Dak breaks his ankle. Then they fall out. So they better hope Tannehill stays upright, because if something would happen to him, that division, it'll be like the NFC East from last year all over again.
NFC East is a dump hole.
Hold on, let's not disrespect the NFC East.
NFC
gold.
It was
not as bad as the AFC South.
That's
the
AFC South. What I said the last 2 years.
God. Man, the AFC South is bad.
Here's the
thing. The AFC South is pretty bad.
I am not.
It's the worst division in football. No doubt.
We have regained that title once again. Yes.
I'm not discounting. I'm not discounting the Titans here, man.
The Texans were four-time division title winners though in that period. So that just tells you everything.
Let's talk about this. Who wins this division right now? When we look at this division, I still say the Titans got it, man.
Oh, it's got to be the Titans if Tannehill and Henry stay up, right? Yeah, they win it by default. I mean, the Colts are trash. The Jags are a dumpster. I mean, the Texans have no talent. So sorry, Miles. I mean, it's just.
I'm saying if Tyrod comes back, they could stay.
If Tyrod comes back, they might have a chance here.
And think about it, dude, because the next stretch of these games are not divisional games for the Texans. They have the luxury of keeping him away and healthy. They did the same thing with Nico Collins, and they're checking out guys, and Casario's still making moves right now. So I think they're
8-9 wins this division.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll get there.
I think y'all could be this year's version of Washington. Washington won the division with Alex Smith on one leg.
Yeah, I think the Titans can get to 8 wins so long as one of either Julio or AJ Brown comes back healthy, and they kind of, and Tannehill continues to improve, because he's kind of disappointed as far as fantasy.
I wonder if I should try to trade for AJ Brown. I don't know if that's reckless or not.
Yeah,
I don't like soft tissue injuries. I don't like soft tissue injuries.
They're a re-aggravation.
Yeah, and he's coming off knee surgery from the off season. So yeah, that's probably
both knees too.
Yeah, that's probably a lot of times coming off knee surgery. It leads to soft tissue. So yeah, I regret that. I knew I had a gut feeling like, man, I don't want too many AJ Brown shares, which
I had a couple AJ Browns,
but I have 2 of them, and I hope when he comes back I can move him, because man,
I had AJ Browns and DKs, and I moved them for ancillary pieces to just the other. I had a lot of receivers.
I had moved the only AJ Brown shares I had before the year started.
Me too.
That was smart. I should have done the same.
It wasn't smart. I think it was just lucky.
I was going at because here's the thing.
I didn't really want to, but
coming off the knees things, like I was like, when I drafted, I was like, well, he's AJ Brown, he's a stud. But I was like, well, he's not.
He plays very physical though.
He's kind of injury prone. Yeah, he was dinged up.
And then once you're messing with knees, I kind of got worried because of what happened with Todd Gurley.
His favorite receiver in life is Julio. And he's like doing his greatest Julio impression right now.
Yep, hamstring. Yep, hamstring Julio. Yep, they're hamstring brothers now.
Oh man!
And that's why they lost to That's why they lost to the Jets.
For real.
Oh yeah, if they'd had them,
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Robert Saleh, you got to remember when Robert Saleh came, when him and Shanahan did their thing, they started with the Niners, right? We lost every single game by a possession or less. This is crazy. So it's like we were on the cusp. It would just we just needed personnel. Listen,
it helps when Zach Wilson doesn't throw 4 interceptions or whatever,
That is true.
That helps when you play against the Titans defense.
But
that's why I'm worried about the Titans winning that division. Their defense is trash.
Yeah, it really is.
You're gonna let the Jets put up 27 points on you?
Yeah, I picked up the Titans as a stream defense, and they had a soft stretch because they did that. Terrible.
They let them put up.
They
27.
even suck against like the sucky teams. Yeah, they get Jacksonville this week. Shit, Trevor Lawrence might put up 50 points or something. Trevor's like coming out.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I would love for Jacksonville to maybe keep them low, and then the Texans have a few weeks before they have to play a divisional game again. And I think they get the Colts first, if I'm not mistaken. I do want to get a hobbled Carson Wentz. You never know what could happen. They could win the division.
I mean, Carson Wentz played Baltimore. They might beat his ass up this week on a Monday night. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's breaking both ankles this time.
I'm saying, like, they're gonna. What they're doing right now is they're playing him in all these games that aren't going to be divisional games, and he's going to get hurt before then, out for the season before it's all said and done.
Hey, Carson Wentz is really cursed, isn't he?
Both of those ankles are messed up.
Everywhere he goes,
what was the
or a hamstring or a knee or something.
Contract or something where if he plays over a certain amount of games,
70%.
The conditional pick or whatever.
If he doesn't play 70%, the pick is a second rounder. Or no, if he doesn't play 70%, the pick is a first rounder.
Yeah. But if he plays more than that, it's
so they're like, he's like, hey guys, I got 2 sprained ankles. You know what?
You're playing through that shit. You better figure it out.
Listen,
you better fucking tape your shit, Carson.
If Carson Wentz could be in a shotgun in a wheelchair, he'll probably shred, bro.
Frank Reich is out there like,
just in the wheelchair.
Carson's got a broken tibia. I don't know. Is there a chance we can?
You know what? Not even a wheelchair. One of them electric joints. He just hikes the ball, reverses.
Just give him the shot. Let's go.
They put one of those stair chairs. You know, the lift chairs. but they turn it sideways so you can drop back.
That's Michael Pittman.
Bro, he's gonna be
shout out to Michael Pittman. He's been good lately.
Hey, Mike Pittman's the guy. Listen, he has man in his name.
Yeah, Pittman, man. He's been a pit.
Yeah,
he's
a real man.
Well, I mean, there you go. They beat Miami.
They beat Miami. Yeah. Jacoby Brissett, the fighting Jacoby Brissett.
Call me crazy. I think Miami's better with Brissett for fantasy purposes. I mean, maybe not Waddle.
No, but Gesicki definitely.
Devontae Parker.
Gesicki.
Devontae Parker. Like, listen, who hates who? The tuna fish hates Devontae Parker, or does Parker hate Tua? Like, I don't know which, because they just don't vibe.
Maybe it's the spin.
Parker and Fitzmagic would vibe, but then when Tua,
and then Brissett.
It's the spin of the ball when you have a lefty quarterback. It's like it messes up his vibe.
That's a valid point, bro.
I don't know if it makes that much of a difference.
Did they flip him sides? I'm curious.
For real?
Like now I'm thinking about it though.
I am the coach. I'm trying all of that.
No,
hold on. What is Tua's status? Is he like still in the air?
IR. On IR. Yeah.
Is he?
IR. Yeah.
He's still like displaced or something. What happened to him? I don't know. His
broken ribs. Yeah, broken
ribs.
ribs. Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. They lost. This is the last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it had much. Yeah, they beat New England week 1. That's kind of
Damn.
There's a big race. There's a big race for like worst record, in the league.
There's a big race for Watson all of a sudden.
Yeah, I was gonna race for Watson. Yeah, I was like, you either tank or you trade for Watson. Like
Houston's still trying to be like, no, nobody's gonna be worse than us. We don't need to trade him.
I'm telling you, I will give fucking anything for a quarterback. I will give anything.
I'll give one of my testicles right now.
I don't care if
I only need one.
fucking game the whole year.
A testicle and a kidney.
I already have kids, so.
God
Take them. Take him. Give me a franchise QB in a Super Bowl.
Dude.
Sorry,
I
Watson.
would give a
I'll
lot.
keep my balls over Watson.
Yeah, except for that one.
Give
Yeah.
you balls and then Watson. He comes. Oh, all the allegations are true. Up, he's suspended for the next.
Oh man, that guy pulled. He hoodwinked us.
As bad as it sounds, and hey, I don't condone anything if Watson did it, but at the same time, if
Of
he
course
did
you
it,
want Watson. You have Big
yeah,
Ben
yeah.
Roethlisberger, okay?
At the same time, I'm
you're
thinking,
okay if you take Watson. You're like, oh, yeah, the rapist.
I wanted
at the
the
same
Eagles
time,
to
I'm
trade
like,
Jalen
but
Hurts.
where's he going?
Jalen Hurts is a baller.
Yeah.
You know why I love Jalen Hurts? He has a forever chip on his shoulder. He's looking at everyone like, yeah, y'all thought Tua was that guy. Listen, he came in and won one game. It was a big one. You know what I mean? He hates Hurts for
Pretty
sure.
big one, but yeah.
For real.
So Jonathan Taylor. I'm trying to think of who else is in this game. Gesicki showed up.
Jonathan Taylor has okay, here's my problem is the Colts red zone offense is fucking terrible, dude.
I don't
That's
have
my
any
problem.
Colts anywhere.
I got
Oh.
Jonathan Taylor in one of my leagues.
I have zero.
and, like,
I have a couple of T.Y. Hilton shares because he was going in double-digit rounds.
I have Zach Pascal
I got
in one
Pittman,
dynasty.
Ooh,
somewhere.
Zach Pasquale,
ooh.
Yeah.
the Frenchman.
I got
Henry.
I got Pittman
Campbell.
and I got Jonathan Taylor on one of my teams, Pittman on another one. Pittman,
I
He was
wish
the
I had
man.
Pitt, man, dude. He's the man, bruh.
I took him just because of T.Y. Hilton situation, but Jonathan Taylor has been a severe fucking problem on my team. Like, I hate to admit it, but it's like, God damn it, dude.
Here's my Michael Pittman breakdown before the season started. Is I related it because he comps very close to Alshon Jeffrey, and the last time that Carson Wentz had a top 5 line protecting him was 2017 with the Eagles, and Alshon Jeffrey, he was a 700-yard receiver, 80 catches type of guy, 6 touchdowns. I was like, oh, give me Michael Pittman, right?
Yeah.
Because, Frank Reich, that's his ex-receiver. You know what I mean? The only thing that sucked last year was not only was he a rookie with a COVID offseason, you had Phillip Rivers, who literally just wants to throw everything short like he's Big Ben.
And
You know what I mean?
Hines.
Yeah. Phillip Rivers was like last year's Big Ben. The guy he needs to retire.
Even though the line was still good, Phillip Rivers was like, I get the ball out quick. I got the quickest release. That's why I have 11 kids. All the children.
Quick
Dude,
release.
I will say this as far as Jonathan Taylor goes. I watch every single week. I watch fucking Red Zone. And I'm like, how many times you got to give Buddy the rock inside the 10-yard line and he's not going to score. It doesn't fucking matter. Every single time I'm like, okay, Carson Wentz turns, boom, handoff. I'm like, oh, JT. And then he doesn't score. And I'm like, here we fucking go.
Didn't he plow his way into it?
And then it's
this
like,
week?
Mo Alley
Yeah, he
Cox.
finally got in. Yeah,
Oh,
he
That's right. Oh, Mo Alley had 2 of them hoes.
Yeah, Jack
Yeah,
Doyle.
'cause Jack Doyle was finally out.
Hey, Mo Alley's like,
top 5 tight end this week.
bro, when Mo Alley puts his hands in the air, he's 11 feet tall.
I was
Bro.
like, do
Dude,
you
he's
do you
big
know who
body.
like the top 5 tight ends were? Because they were none of the top 5 tight ends we would have thought they were.
Yeah, we talked about on the Bet Nola show that the top 5 tight ends were fucking CJ
I think Ross
Uzomah, Dawson Knox,
Dwelly
Dalton
was
Schultz,
a top
Schultz.
10.
Mo Alley Cox, and
Max Williams.
yeah, Max
Oh,
Williams. Those
yeah,
were the top 5.
Maximilian.
I thought it was the top 5. Not even
And Jared Cook. Jared Cook, Max Williams.
Hey,
Cook was in
I
there. He
actually
was
called
close,
the
yeah.
CJ Uzomah thing.
I know. I
because
saw.
the
I remember
T.
that.
Higgins was out. And but you know what's crazy is I don't have the gall or the testicular fortitude to take my own advice
I
there.
don't have him on any rosters to start him.
I was the guy who started Max Williams everywhere last week and angry cut him, and then this was the week.
Yeah, you picked him up at the week 2, angry cut him for week 3, and then this week he does.
Balls.
I might do that with Conklin just because I have Jared Cook. I was like, I don't need 2 tight ends now. Fuck it.
Yeah, Conklin has a good get right week. They play Detroit. So
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
I'll
maybe I'll
try
just
holding if you can.
I'll just hold. I know I don't like to hold tight ends, but whatever. I've held three quarterbacks. I've held 3 tight ends, and it's a 1 QB, 1 tight end league, and I've done it all this year. It's just trying to find out what works because I didn't draft any. Like I started my season with I started my season with Fields and Lance, and I was like, okay, I need to pick up somebody. And I started Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he broke his hip like in week 1. He gave me negative points.
Even Gronk could be Fugazi for the rest of the way because he's already beat up. He's doing Gronk things.
No, I know that
Fugazi.
sucks.
Yeah, Gronk's Fugazi for sure. Yeah, because he tried to bulk up things to be the old Gronk, and now he breaks a bunch of ribs.
I'm pissed with that one too because I picked up Brait instead, and he dropped to 2 touchdowns or some shit.
He did.
I got Gronk late.
I did the same thing as you, Peacock. So
because it was a Sunday night game. I had to tilt into the same game. I was like, well, let's see what Anyhow,
I took Gronk late in one of my leagues, like a real.
I should have called Gemmo for the weather.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they got Jimmo the weather, man. They're gonna start hitting Jimmo up.
Oh, this game, man! Washington beating Atlanta. Corduroy Patterson.
Yeah,
he's pimping, bro.
Bro, I told one of the same buddy I told today to pick up Damian Williams. I asked him, I said, is Cordero Patterson available? Because he should probably snag his ass.
Bruh, you know what's crazy?
Ball down.
23% of the snaps. This is efficiency at its finest.
That's the one.
Corduroy.
How many receptions did he have this past week? 9?
Yeah, 6.
A
I want 6 for 82 and 3 touchdowns.
I think he ran like 6 routes.
I started him in one league and won, and I didn't in another and lost.
Bro, he's a Swiss Army knife. He fucking backfield.
Is he a must-start guy?
I think they removed his wide receiver designation from Sleeper. Now he's just strictly running back.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a
check right now.
Taysom Hill thing
I'm gonna
last
check
year,
right now.
yeah. I like the
Check
Taysom
right
Hill
now.
thing last year.
You know why? Because you know why? Sleeper, they listen to people's emails and they listen to people's complaints. So, like, if there was enough people complaining,
that's a problem. I love it, but Sleeper's too with the shits.
You know what I don't like about Sleeper? How come Sleeper won't let us drop someone that we didn't start, but just because their game already went, we can't drop them? You know what I mean?
Wait, I don't know. He's still listed as an RBWR.
Oh, really?
From what I see, Steezy's.
You know what?
Is that on your phone?
Yeah.
Is that on your phone? Okay. I looked at my desktop.
Yeah, Steezy's got him.
Damn, I'll be trying to make. You know what makes me mad? I've been trying to work trades. So shout out to Steezy because he's coming on the show tomorrow night with us, right? But check this out. I've been trying to make trades with him before the year even started, right? And then in one fell swoop, in like a 3-day span, he moves Aaron Jones and Derrick Henry, and I'm like, what? How did I miss out on this bonanza? Like, he was just getting rid of everything. Everything must go. And he brought over some pieces, but
he's been reckless in the smoking.
I'm like, you're way too desperate right now. I'm like, and you know, I'm upset with myself the most because I should have smelled the desperation. I just, you know, I had worked trades with him that went nowhere for a long time. So I just kind of gave up, and then everyone else swooped in when he was just bleeding out. You know what I mean?
They
gave him little band-aids.
15 this week. He beat me.
Well, shit,
you know what? I'm gonna go hard in the paint. I'm gonna go hard in the paint for Williams, Chicago, and then I'm gonna just move him to a guy that I've been doing that kind of shit. He's been trying to come after Darrell Henderson. I'll be like, here's your renta back for at least 5 weeks, bro. Give me what I want now. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
I like the
I have a lot of fab. Right, I got like 136 out of 200 left. I'm just gonna go hard in the paint.
You know, this is where Steezy got me this week. Dawson Knox. That's where he got me. Yeah.
And you know, Dawson Knox hasn't even broke 50 yards yet.
Yeah, he's this year's Bob Tunyon.
I like that. He is new Bob.
Yep, he really is.
He beat me with Dawson Knox. That's it. That's the only place he outscored me. And I had Kyle Pitts.
The one place I drafted Robert Tunyon, I have already dropped him, and that's where I have Jared Cook, and I started him this week.
I'll give you Evan Ingram for Kyle Pitts.
I just dropped him straight up. I was like, somebody else can have him.
Yeah, so here's my corduroy horror story. Here's my corduroy horror story where I freaking Instagram Experts League, right? I had him in Ayuk. It was on a Saturday. I was like, man, what do I do? What do I do? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make the last minute switch. I'm gonna go with Ayuk. He's got a great matchup. It's gonna be a shootout. And then as soon as Corduroy goes off, I'm like, fuck. There's no way Ayuk's gonna match this.
We coined this phrase last year. We coined this phrase. Don't be Tinkerbell.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
In this instance, man. Luckily, it didn't cost me. I got lucky. I had Herbert and company bail me out last night, but I was like, fuck, man, why am I so stupid? Like, I called him the guru. I was like, I need to call him the idiot.
Listen, man, it happens to the best of us, man.
Yeah.
Last night was great for me. I'm not even gonna lie. It was 4 come from behind wins and 1 5-point lead that I held off because I was playing against Mike Williams.
Right, yeah, terrific. The universe was on our side, man. I had the
everything
same thing.
aligned.
I had so many. I had 2 leagues. I had Herbert's. He scored just enough for me. I had 3 come from behind wins. 2 of them I won by 1.5 points.
Yeah,
last night,
not even joking.
I had so many Mike Williams scenarios last night. Like teams I had Mike Williams where I needed like dub. Teams I was playing against him where I needed him to not score, like 8 points. Like there was all these Mike Williams scenarios. There was like something in the space-time continuum, kind of like 1955 and Back to the Future.
I played the same guy in 2 leagues. Check it out. It was Mike Williams in that 5-point lead, and I won that one. And then in the other one, it was an 8-point lead that he had, and I had Cook. And he lost both of them. He was like, the stars aligned for you. And I was like, dude, check this out. If things went opposite last night, I could have gone 2-8 this week, but I went 7-3. 5 games were in the balance and went to dubs because of the way things worked out.
I lost 3 out of 21 leagues. I felt I had a really good week.
Killer week.
But bruh, I didn't feel good because one of those losses was in your league where I was trying to get to 500, Spencer.
Oh, right? Damn. Yeah, I got the dub, and now I'm back to 500.
Yeah, and so now I'm 1-3 over there. The other one was the hard to start where I lost Montgomery, so I needed this dub, right? And then another one was my keeper league where I was undefeated. So those 3, where it's I should feel great because I'm not even sub 500 outside of that, out of the 3 I lost outside of your league. But it's your league just does I hate it because it's this is the second year in this league. And I'm starting off the same way I did last year.
Yeah, that's how I was worried when I was 1-2. It's man, I gotta get back to 500. My team is too good. I gotta shake back, and I'm back to 2-2 this week. And this week, though, this is a litmus test, man. I played Clock, and remember last year, me, you, and Clock were battling out for that last playoff.
For that last spot.
Yeah, it was crazy. We were all struggling, and he ended up being out. So I'm gonna have to try to get some redemption there against him.
Clock made a legit trade last week.
Yeah, he really did. That was with was he the one that shipped off Gronk? If so, that was genius. Yeah, look at this deal. I'm gonna pull it up here. Clark,
yeah, he shipped off Gronk and Fournette and man, he just whatever he brought.
Yeah, he finessed that man. God dang. Clock, man. I like Clock. Yeah, he's low key a savage, man.
Bro. Not even low key. Yeah, he's high key a savage.
Yeah, it was Gronk. He traded Gronk, Fournette, and Brissett, and got back Kittle, Ruggs, and Connor.
What?
And Connor is fresh off of 20 touches, bro. Man,
yeah. Wow. Yeah. Wow. It was super flex. And then he moved Brissett.
Clock has the force.
But yeah,
the force was strong within him.
He upgraded.
Super flex, I guess, can help. That in that scenario, he's shipped off a quarterback, I guess.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It was a fair deal.
But here's the thing, though. In this league, it's not like the quarterbacks are kind of nerfed. What are they? 5-point touchdowns?
Yeah,
passing?
5-point touchdowns.
Yeah. So and it's only 1 point for every 25 passing yards too. Yeah, so it's even kill. So to move a Jacoby Brissett and a Fournette and a Gronk to get James Conner, who for what it's worth is a part of Arizona, who's running they're putting up 400 yards of offense. So it's theoretically everyone can eat there.
They're eating well. Yeah, they might be the second best running back duo behind Chubb and Hunt at this.
And they're probably going to smack the shit out of my Niners. So but I'm not chasing the James Conner thing.
2 touchdown dependent. Yeah, kind of like Drake from last year. He's going to have some weeks where he just.
But 18 carries and 2 targets. That's 20 total touches. That's pretty alarming.
Damn, he had
dude.
that many. Holy
Yeah,
That's a lot.
It's James
Didn't seem like
Conner,
it.
bro.
God, man,
Yeah.
Because it was ugly. If he doesn't fall, listen,
Into
50
the end
yards
zone.
on the ground,
Yeah.
16 yards through the air, and 2 receptions. In a PPR, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8.6 if you don't get the touchdowns.
Right.
And he got all that work.
Yeah, he's so
So
inefficient.
It's a dangerous game, but like,
Yeah,
if
it's a
I had
game I don't
James
like to
Conner right
play.
now,
I'd
I'm-
much rather play the Chase Edmonds game where the efficiency's there.
I got a lucky
Yeah.
Robert Woods touchdown at the end of that game. That's all I
Oh,
know.
yeah, bro.
Daryl
We all
Henderson was
did.
awesome.
Bobby,
Yeah, Daryl Henderson.
I'm scared to play Robert Woods moving forward. Him and Allen Robinson are going to be on my benches.
I'm
I don't
playing
even care.
them against the Seattle Seahawks where I have them.
Woods? No,
Yeah.
I'm going to play Emmanuel Sanders and
I like that too
and
because
Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith, and I'm playing Emmanuel Sanders and Devonta Smith over both of those guys until I see something from those other
that's
two
a good
guys.
call. That's a good call.
I
I mean,
don't care what their names are. Their shit
Hey.
is just not.
I just received this trade offer in one of my leagues.
okay,
Mike
lay it on.
Williams and Miles Sanders for Tyreek Hill. Mind you, my
Damn.
QB1 is Patty
Patrick
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
So you'd be getting
Mm.
Tyreek.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
tough.
man.
That's
I'd
tough.
be tempted. I'd probably
He's
do
giving up Tyreek.
Yeah,
Listen,
he's giving up
it.
Tyreek,
No, I'd keep.
Yeah.
Tyreek, then.
I'm not
giving
mad.
Tyreek.
I'm not mad at Miles Sanders, but like they just won't run the ball.
Yeah, they're
Right,
just they're
right.
like an
Not
air
with Jalen
raid
Hurts.
now. With this new,
That's the
new
thing.
coaches, man, they
The
love
thing
to
is,
throw.
Jalen Hurts.
wouldn't trust
I don't know
Miles
if Jalen Hurts actually hurts Miles Sanders. I think Kenneth.
He runs the ball more than Miles Sanders.
So,
Yeah,
so
just saying,
my,
Kenneth Gainwell.
and Hurts. Yeah, Sanders has been kind of irrelevant.
my opinion is this.
Hold on. Can we counter here? Let's see if we can counter him instead of a Tyreek Hill. Who else do you got? What's your other best
Who's your
receiver?
second receiver? Yeah.
All right. Let me.
Because
let me
I don't know why this
spot.
person's panicking off of Mike Williams off of
So-
one game.
So my team is Patty Mahomes, Montgomery, Henderson, Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, Kyle Pitts, Marquez Callaway.
Mike Evans.
Yeah, I'm trying to dish Mike Evans. I ain't gonna lie.
There you go.
I got the Bills defense and then Evan McPherson.
I don't even know who that guy is. I love how you be holding guys. It's like, who is
Evan
That's
this?
that
McPherson is a
Bengals.
kicker.
It's a fucking. It's a
He's
Cincinnati
been
kicker.
great.
I don't.
He's
I
made
don't.
two game-winning
okay.
field
Yeah.
goals this
I don't.
year.
I don't trust the
Oh.
Bengals. I don't trust the Bengals.
The
offense
rookie
inside the red zone.
kicker.
I took
That's a good.
McPherson in the second to last round. I took him early for kickers. I was like,
He's a
bro,
good
they ain't
kicker.
scoring in the
He's
red
like one of
zone.
those off
pretty
the
good
radar
kicker,
guys
yeah.
that did pretty
Yeah,
well.
he's made two game-winning field goals.
Well, how about this though?
All right,
Send him-
wait. Do you want to hear my bench?
Yeah.
All right, so my bench, I got all right, hold up. I got T. Higgins, Aaron Rodgers, Mike Davis, Henry Ruggs, Jalen Waddle, Philip Lindsay, Jerry Jeudy, and DJ Chark on the IR.
Might be time to angry drop Philip Lindsay.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's not even an angry drop. It's just casual cut.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true.
Casual
I'm gonna-
cut day.
Yeah, we're
I'm
not
gonna-
expecting
all right.
anything there.
Check it out. This guy, so
Mike
this guy-
Davis. If I can get me Mike Williams, I would throw Mike. No, actually, Mike Davis and Mike Evans is too much because Miles Sanders ain't showed us shit.
yeah, he really hasn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna counter.
I'm trying to think about it too. It's like,
Who else does he have outside of Miles Sanders that could be like tantalizing?
Let me see here. Let me pull up his squad.
I love making trades.
He's
Even when
one
it's not
in-
my trade. Even
He's
when it's
1
not
and 3. He's 1 and 3.
Yeah, so so you smell the desperation.
Yeah. He's got Stafford, Kamara, Jonathan Taylor, D Hop, Justin Jefferson, Noah Fant, Antonio Gibson, Tyler Bass, Chris Carson, OBJ, Mike Williams.
Yeah, he has a hell of a squad, and that means his schedule's been bad because people are beating him up.
He's 1 and 3.
D Hop could be intriguing if he's willing to maybe move D Hop. That sounds like his wide receiver too, also.
He needs running back clear. He needs running back
He needs
clearly.
an RB.
Mike Davis. How about this, bro? Throw him Mike Davis for D Hop, or even Mike Davis for Mike Williams, straight up. Just see where that goes.
And then you can throw in a Mike Davis plus something.
Yeah.
If you want to still try to move it that way.
Yeah, Mike
like
Davis
starting
and a
point.
bench receiver for Mike Williams.
And Ruggs or somebody who
Yeah.
kind of did good.
There it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, because desperation makes people desperate times calls for desperate measures, according to this guy right here. Because like that's
Desperation's a stinky cologne, buddy.
I love. Yeah, we have
Smells like loser.
Reeks, right? L for men.
Desperation.
Oh,
Desperation.
Make it sound sexy in French.
All right, so you
It's Pepe Le Pew, literally.
I'm Mike Williams.
Because Mike Davis is on your bench too, so that tells me like you ain't really fucking
put
with
him in your
Mike
starting
Davis.
lineup. Put him in your starting
Ooh,
lineup.
that's a good move.
What is up with AJ?
And tell him,
Green
hey, he's
still?
playing the Jets, man. You tell him, hey, Mike Davis is playing the Jets, bro.
AJ Green is still fucking in the thorn in everybody's side. Like, who owns AJ Green?
You know what?
Yeah, I thought he was.
I have a lot of
and
AJ
he's
Green.
actually done.
And he barely makes it in my lineup though, because like I have these other options and I'm making the wrong decision. I should be starting AJ Green.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah,
He's about to tear my Niners up now.
Oh,
yeah. It's just so yeah. I guess ride the wave for now. He'll probably get hurt here soon, but until
The respect level it's a combination of respect and disrespect. They respect the hell out of Nuke and then disrespect AJ Green, and AJ Green is like a quote unquote 1B, like on any other team, right? Maybe sometimes a 1A if he's like on what's a good team he'd be a 1A on. If he was on the Browns right now, I think he's a 1A because I don't think OBJ is I don't think he just it's not me slandering OBJ. It's just I think he just doesn't mesh with
Beckham. I mean with
Baker. Yeah. You know what I mean? It just doesn't connect.
Yeah, they totally missed on a touchdown.
They totally missed a couple weeks in straight on some big ones.
Yeah, and last year they missed. I mean, against
on
the
a bunch
Bengals,
of them.
They missed on
I was gonna say the Rams only put up 20 points, but Henderson had a good game. You got a garbage time touchdown from Woods. Other than that, you're disappointed with Cooper Kupp, I guess.
Yeah, we knew he wasn't going to keep that up. I mean,
hey, what's up with Tyler Higbee? I don't know what the hell is up with him.
He's banged up right now too.
Yeah, he's just kind of
questionable for this game.
I wasn't trusting Higbee. To me, he hadn't shown me enough. He had that stretch at the end of 2019, but last year
I have a league where you have to, it's roster limits, so you have to have two tight ends rostered. So I have Higbee and Pitts, and it's like, man, fuck this. Sucks right now.
Yeah, because neither one are bad enough to drop, but neither one have been very good. That's like
exactly.
And you know what's
gonna ride it out.
Yeah, I think Pitts will be okay. Pitts is a good buy low right now.
I'll be so angry when these players aren't just all the way hurt, man. I'm like, can I put you in my IR or what? Man? Like,
yeah, I hate these leagues. It's one league where it's like you can only put them on IR if they're actually on IR. It's like, what the I've CMC and I can't put him on. I'm like, that's whack, man.
There's a
mediocre
couple of
bad game for Stafford. Just thinking about this game. Sorry.
Nah, listen, Stafford's he's in a great bounce
as well in this one.
They're in a great bounce back spot here on a short week. And when you take a big L like that to a division rival, ain't nothing better than washing the taste of a loss out of your mouth on a short week against another division rival that they should beat up on. I don't think
it doesn't have their starting running back most likely with his missing today's practice with his neck, Chris Carson.
They got the river dancing Alex Collins now. He's just a river dancing his way. Remember, he legit river dances.
He does. It's
awesome.
Crazy. Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
It actually helps his sideline.
Like I want to see him do it like in the open field, like when somebody's like coming at him and he wants to like before he jukes. But like with the ball and shit. I don't know. It'd just be hilarious.
Man, a black man doing a river dance, bro. It's just a sight to see in itself. Listen, that's his go-to when he scores a touchdown, bro.
Yeah,
Let's get him into the end zone.
Irish freaking dance move.
Fucking awesome. It's the Irish ballet.
I love that.
A lot of tiptoes.
The Ravens walloped on the
calves.
Broncos. Concussion for my man Teddy Two Gloves.
Yeah, that
what
was
did it
tough
this
to
game.
see, man. Yeah, we ran early on. We did a whole rant about how Drew Lock just shit the bed and threw a bunch
Garbage.
of
Drew Luck's
City.
claim to fame is that his name sounds close to Andrew Luck. That's like
Good point. Great
all he
point.
has.
Yeah, he's like Andrew. I think we got Andrew Luck. No, we've got.
I got Drew Lock.
Drew Luck.
He's like the dumbed down version of Andrew. Like, Andrew Luck, the intellectual, the book club and all. Then you got Drew Lock, who's a fucking dad who can't read.
yeah,
Drew Lock, the slacker.
Yeah.
Drew
He
Lock
got all
is
the
the,
physical traits, big boy, big arm, but mentally just makes terrible.
Rumor has it
decisions.
they sewed a U where the O's supposed to be on the back of his jersey. They were just hoping. Hopefully.
He's the guy that like gets upset at the can when he's trying to open the can up with the can opener. He's like, "Fuck this!" He just smashes it, bro. That's Drew Lock, bro.
Meathead. Oh yeah.
He just eats the can.
Yeah.
He's every real quarterback's like secret identity. Like how they're supposed to be like not cool or like wimpy and like not like unassuming or whatever. That's what Drew Lock is.
He's the guy that. He's the guy that
Andrew Luck. He turns into Andrew Luck. When he has good games, he turns into Andrew Luck. It's like by the power of beard something. I don't know.
Does he have a beard right now? Does Drew Lock
No, he
have a
doesn't.
beard?
Andrew Luck did. By the power
By the power of the neck beard.
Yeah, dearest mother. He said he wrote the letter.
The power of neck beard compels you.
What a legend, man! Why did he have to retire, man? He was.
He did it at the best time, though. Everybody was drafting. It was great.
He's an architect, man. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna design like buildings and stadiums and shit. Like, we gotta remember, he's an actual Stanford grad. Like, this guy's like a smart ass motherfucker.
I'm also filthy rich.
For real. And
Yeah, exactly.
and shout out to what's the owner of the Colts, man?
Ursay,
man.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Jim
him.
Irsay.
Shout out to him, man. He
like,
does the good drugs. He was like,
just
he
keep
keep
that
the
18
money.
million. Yeah, keep that extra 18 million.
Hell of a guy, man. There's probably a clause like if you ever shave the neck beard, then you got to
You
give
have to
him
come back. To come back and play a year for the Colts.
Ursay just playing his guitar on drugs and shit.
Yeah, Andrew Luck. I was looking at him on the here when everyone what he was doing during quarantine. Everyone else is getting drunk and shit. Andrew Luck reads virtually to kids amid coronavirus pandemic.
Andrew Luck was hosting Zoom meetings. He was hosting Zoom meetings.
Hey
kids, today we're gonna read the farmer and the fox, or the fox and the hound.
Why does he sound like he's always got peanut butter stuck
Yeah, like no, Andrew.
Well, you
Andrew Luck sounds like a sloth or something. Like I don't know. He has like a deep voice.
Deep.
It's all that beard in the way. The beard in the way of his vocal
all the
cords.
beard hair is stuck in his throat.
His beard grows from the throat inside.
Yeah, it grows like how it starts right here. The power of the neck.
The power of the neck beard compels you.
Oh, that's too good,
man. What a goat, man. I might give my left up for him to come out of retirement and come play.
You know what?
Man.
Listen, I'll donate one of them. I have 4 kids. I'll donate one, and we have a pair of balls. Let's bring back your ball, my ball, one sack. Let's bring back Andrew Luck. Let's do it. I don't lose a ball to see this.
I don't have kids yet.
My girl knows this.
I'll be okay.
Listen, it's been about 8-9 years,
need,
bro.
Right?
About 8 or 9 years I've been engulfed in this fantasy shit. So my girl's very aware of this. She even knows players, like she knows a lot about fantasy because if she's around me, I'm just bouncing shit off of her, right? And she knows how much I love neckbeard, bro. And like, so if ever one day I'm like, babe, I have a surgery. She's like, well, what? Yeah, I'm gonna get one of my testicles removed. What? Yeah.
We're bringing neckbeard back.
Bring it back. Oh, okay.
It's all adding up now. It's all adding up.
Yeah.
I love him.
You gotta do, man. A small sacrifice for a.
I'm growing a neck beard, all this shit. I'm trying my hardest. I'm like,
how's he doing?
how the neck beard compels you.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, my beard kind of grew like a neck beard. Man, I need to let it. Let's let it.
But my
go,
neck
man.
beard
Let
grows
it,
from
let-
the
let
neck.
it
His
compel
grows
me.
from the throat, bro. It's
Right,
from the
right. Yeah,
inner
he's the only one. He
Inside
has
out.
that. He has
Inside
that.
out.
He has the hairiest Adam's apple. It just grows from the Adam's apple.
He was a kid. If like, man, Andrew, like he's like, I don't know, he shaves like, and then they look like, oh, we still got.
He was
something.
born with a neck beard.
Yeah, he was just born that way, man. All that out. That's it. I'm just
Neck
born
beard
that way.
before he had teeth. Before
Before
he knew how to
inherited
crawl.
kids, yeah.
Before he could crawl, he knew how to shave. You got to learn how to shave before you walk.
Yeah, they gotta crawl before you can walk. No, you gotta shave before you can
you gotta
crawl.
shave.
You gotta, number one, shave or anything.
Andrew Luck. Oh, we miss you, buddy.
I miss him.
Yes, we miss you dearly.
And even
We miss
Peacock
you
knows he
dearly.
probably hated him deep down inside, but
I
he's
did.
just so awesome.
I was so excited
So
when
awesome.
he
And then
retired.
you couldn't even hate the dude. JJ Watt would destroy him, and he gets up. That was a great hit, buddy.
Oh,
It's like JJ Watt don't want to shake your hand.
I'm like that. He would say that.
He would say shit like
Smack
that.
on the right cheek.
You really
Good play,
lacerated my
bud.
kidney there, but you know what? It's a great hit. For real.
Yeah, I saw
Eyes up,
Andrew Luck.
everything.
I saw Andrew Luck live in person and
He
on a
literally lacerated
Sunday
his
night game.
kidney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
That
lacerated
actually
his
happened.
kidney. He shredded his shoulder, and I mean, there's a reason why he
Yep,
retired.
toe,
young like that. He
ankle,
went through all kind of bullshit.
knee.
I don't want to hear anyone question him like, "Hey, oh, he's a pussy," or no, he went through all kind of shit, man. Like that man, like walk a day in his shoes before you talk shit. I hate
When
he
Andrew Luck's
formed
car
it
breaks
together.
down, when his car breaks down, right, he doesn't call for roadside service. He just grabs the chains, straps the car to him, and he drags the car, bruh.
With his neck beard.
With his neck beard.
Yes, it's
How's
an
it to his
old,
neck
don't
beard?
even need jumper cable. Just strap it to his neck beard.
Fuck that. He puts when his car breaks down, he ties the neck beard to the battery and jump starts the car. The power of the neck beard compels this
The
car.
neck beard compel.
Bro, his neck beard is awesome, bro.
It's so bad. It's like being superhero.
Patented.
This is legendary.
Batman, we got a neck beard. Neck beard. No, neck beard.
Captain
I don't know
Neckbeard.
if you guys are too young for the Santa Claus, but with Tim the Tool Man Taylor, but like
And we shaved.
he would shave the beard, it just grows back, bro. That's Andrew Luck, bro.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Andrew Luck could shave the beard and then bust the beard out like Wolverine's claws at any moment. Just, beard comes out. Time to jumpstart the car.
It makes that sound.
Like, my battery died, but I just shaved. Like, all right.
Oh, damn it. I did have a job interview. Andrew Luck is the type of guy that would work like an entry-level job because he's a hell of a guy. Like, I know I'm qualified for this job, but just want to stay busy.
Sure, undergraduate.
Yeah.
He's just a hell of a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Cheers to Andrew, man.
fuck.
Cheers to Andrew.
Hey,
Reading
cheers
to
to
kids.
A Luck.
I'm gonna go grab another one.
I'm gonna go grab one too.
That neck beard
Oh,
is
man.
electric.
Yeah. We could spend another hour talking about that neck beard.
All right, so this trade I got offered, by the way, while these guys are getting a drink, I offered Mike Davis and Henry Ruggs back for, I offered Mike Davis, Henry Ruggs for D Hop and Mike Williams, and he rejected it.
Yeah, I was gonna say he better reject it, or else you're gonna be able to clown him for the rest of your life.
So I texted in the group chat because I'm trying to make him second guess everything because he's 1-3. So I said, "Hey man, I'm just saying, you rejected it, but I have two guys on my bench about to go off. Desperation is a stinky cologne." He said, "Mike Davis is getting outplayed by Patterson." I said, "Is he?"
He's not
So
getting
anyone-
out touched. I mean, he's getting outscored, but that's what I would say. I'd say Davis is still getting the primary workload. He's still getting the most touches in the backfield. That's not even a lie. Like, I mean, Pat Davis is actually, if he is desperate for a running back, if I was him, I'd be like, well, look, I'm not giving up both, but I'd be like, I wouldn't just scoff at Mike Davis. I'd scoff more at Ruggs than Mike Davis. I'd be like, well, Ruggs, he's hit or miss. I'm surprised he's dissing Mike Davis.
I'm fucking with him so much.
Yeah, that's kind of how you have to do it. I don't really, man, I miss those days, man. When I had time to fuck with people and make trades, that was fun. I'm in so many leagues now, I don't even have time. Like when people send me trades, I'm just like, I just usually just reject it because I don't have time to haggle back and forth.
So,
I kind of wish I did those some more. Like it is fun. I'm not gonna lie.
So he said Mike Davis is getting outplayed by Patterson. I said, is he? Question mark. That's all I said. He said, and you lost Montgomery for 4 to 5 weeks. You might want Davis. I said, I don't need him. You're 1-3. I'm 3-1. I lost 1 week. I started DJ Chark without knowing DJ Chark was out because I was fucking busy. So I started.
He got
DJ
hurt
Chark.
in the game. He wasn't out. He got hurt during the game.
Right. But I started him and he got me obviously 0 points. That's the one game.
Yeah, that wasn't your fault. Yeah.
Right. So he said, and you lost Montgomery for 4 to 5 weeks. You might want Davis. I said, I don't need him. You're 3-1. I'm 3-1. I lost 1 week without a WR2. You're getting played, man. That's all I said. Let's see what he says.
Yeah, you'll probably get something done with him. He'll probably get something done.
I'm just trying to live rent-free in his fucking head because, dude, this is a small league, so I ain't too concerned about whatever the fuck he's trying to get.
Right. Yeah, they have a dude in my home league that does like he always tries to get in people's head. Man, this motherfucker literally finessed the dude, he got Devontae Adams for Darrell Henderson and Robert Woods. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, come on, bro. Because that's what he does, though. He lives rent-free in people's head, and he just keeps on and on, like, trying to try to, that's just how it is, though. So you learn that.
Well, this guy's kind of in my opinion, this guy's kind of a fuckhead. He offered me the craziest trade early on. Like, he offered me, like Mike Williams and one of his bench guys for like Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, and someone else. I was like, dude, what the fuck are you? Like, I literally messaged in the group chat. I said, are you fucking simple, dude? Why would I do that trade? And he was like, oh, if you think about it, it makes sense. I was like, no, I thought about it, and it really doesn't make sense at all. So I don't know what the hell you're thinking. Like, this is one of those guys that like thinks he knows fantasy football, but then it's like, if you talk to him for 5 seconds, you realize like he just has no fucking clue. So I just got a trade proposal, another one. Trade Mike Evans and Darrell Henderson and T. Higgins for Bobby Trees, Tyler Lockett, and Leonard Fournette.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really like it too much.
I'm not a fan of it either, and I kind of I low key got kind of a little bit of a squad. In this league, I
can hear Bogard yelling about Kareem Hunt in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're like, what the hell?
I have big trade pieces, man. I mean, like the moment I do this trade, I'm
what the fuck? He's like negotiating a trade.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes. That's pretty funny.
Last game of the week though, while Bogard yells about his trades. Chargers beat the Rams 28-14.
Oh man, I loved it. This game I actually saw all of it.
Bogard called it the Raiders a fugazi.
That's a good point.
It was the fugazi.
I'm sitting at 500.
I literally yelled. My whole family was like, "What happened? Your guy scored!" And I was like, "Of course he fucking scored." Jared Cook scored a touchdown to fucking put me over the top. And then the rest of the night I was just praying that Derek Carr shit the bed and that Mike Williams shit the bed, and they both did. And I ended up winning a couple more matchups. It was great.
I low-key think Mike Williams is kind of a fucking poser. Call me crazy. Like early on in the year, the same guy that offered me a trade tonight offered me Mike Williams for a couple other guys. But I was like, dude, my analysis on it when I texted him and said that I wasn't doing it I was like, dude, Mike Williams drops more passes than he catches. And granted, it was early on in the year. He dropped a couple passes in week 1. But still, if you compare him to other guys in the draft the same year, he doesn't compare at all.
Yeah, that's true. Who did he come out with? I think Hopkins. that the same
Oh,
year?
wait, no, that was, yeah, they went to the same school. He came out a couple years after. I forgot. He was a really high pick and just like he's never really lived up to the hype as far as being like that true alpha, which he's still. I mean, Keenan Allen's still the alpha. Everyone that was like thinking Mike Williams is that dude now. I mean, Keenan Allen, put some respect on his name. He's still the number one there, no doubt. I mean, I like Mike moving forward. I think this is a good buy opportunity because they don't really have a whole lot else. I still feel like he'll have a nice season, but yeah, he's not going to be a WR1. He never has, never will be. I don't.
Who we talking about?
Big Mike, DMW.
Oh yeah, man. You know what, bro? I think Big Mike Williams, bro. I like that too. BMW. Now I like him even more. Now he's like a 745 though. You know what I mean? Like how the 745s were cool like years ago, right? Like they're just a big body car these days.
God damn, talk about a 775. That was a gangster ass whip. That was I had an 02 traded into me recently. 02 775.
That's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, it had the cell phone in it, the BMW cell phone, and everything.
You could recline the back seat.
Right? Oh yeah, hell yeah.
This is a big
gangster ass whip.
But you know what though? I believe. Listen, you Spencer knows, man. Like you want the Mike in that system, bro. Like they went from Mike Thomas to with Joe Lombardi to now Joe Lombardi has Mike Williams, and he did say in the offseason that's going to be their X receiver. You know, listen, there was an 80-yard house call there that Justin Herbert overthrew. So I'm trying to buy Mike Williams by anybody that remembers Mike Williams' history.
Oh yeah,
like look at the history of Mike Williams has so much bad residue on it that like this guy was even trying to trade him for to Blake. Like one bad game when Mike Williams is literally a top 5 receiver right now. It's kind of crazy. Like
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Is he a ticking time bomb, like health wise? Like, is that what people are kind of worried about him? Because I don't know. Like,
I wouldn't say ticking time bomb per se, but he's
never
had his share of
season.
Injuries. I mean, but he's actually not that injury prone. The past few years he's played, you know, he played a full 16 in 2018, and he played 15. He's really not that injury prone. So okay. I think he's actually, after he had his bad game, this is a good time to buy because a lot of people now probably like, shit, he's done. He's not worth it. He's not a WR1. Piss on it. This is a good time to buy.
Yeah, that's a team too that
because they don't have much else. I mean, who they got besides BMW? Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, and Jared
Jalen the Guyton.
But that's about it. They don't really have
Ninja Guyton.
Jalen the Guyton. Ninja Guyton. I like that one.
He's not a.
That's the good one, right?
They don't have.
I like that one.
That's for the old school cats like that.
Yeah, they don't have any other volume guys. So, yeah, I think BMW will be all right.
I hope Ninja Guyton becomes the thing now.
I like it.
Yeah, and then that rookie
Great
might
nickname.
carve out more of a role as the year goes on. The Josh Palmer.
Oh, I was such a Josh Palmer truther, man. The preseason
a
joke.
lot of dynasties. Yeah. But you have a buddy on that's a Bolts fan. He's saying like, gotta get Josh Palmer. I was like,
you know what it is too is that Mike Williams was hurt during the preseason, so we only saw Josh Palmer filling that role. So I guess like
playing that X receiver role. Yeah, that X receiver is a good role. Yeah, he's probably basically if something would happen to Mike Williams, if he would get hurt, then Josh Palmer would be a must have.
Yeah, I had Austin Eckler go up against David Carr last night, so that was a big win for me.
His name is Derek Carr, but it might as well have been David in there because he didn't do nothing.
He did
this
not
is
have
not Derek Carr. This is David Carr.
He didn't have the stuff last night.
Although Derek, honestly, a lot of weeks is kind of like his brother. He's not. Derek Carr is Fugazi.
Yeah, Fugazi. Forget about it.
Speaking of the Chargers, Jacob Harris.
Who is this guy?
What's funny? I know. I was fucking wrong. I traded you for him early on.
Yeah, no, but he's a Rams guy though. Now you're confusing the LAs.
Oh yeah.
You're talking about Rams.
Yeah.
What's the other guy? There's the tight end that got
Justin
the first
Jackson. Darnold Parham.
Darnold Parham. Yeah.
Parham Jr.
Yeah. And then they got the Steven Anderson. Yeah, they got all this these back.
And they were giving him carries out of the backfield. That was crazy.
Parham caught the touchdown, and Steven Anderson had that one target out of the backfield, but Jared Cook had 6 of 7, I think, for 70 and a TD. So that's good enough for me.
Yeah, that's kind of like how Jared Cook was with the Saints. Like the Saints had like Troutman and another tight end that would do something every now and then, but Cook was like the target hog as far as the tight ends, and it looks like he's
you'll notice.
I
mean, like he's in on third downs on passing.
Yeah, Joe Lombardi. Downs. Yeah, that's a great.
That was their first. That was their first order of business when they brought over Staley, then brought over Joe Lombardi. The first order of business, they brought over Jared Cook in free agency because they had shipped off, or they didn't ship off. They released Hunter Henry. So like,
Kobe Fleener was
the legend.
When you talk about with the Chargers, they let Henry.
I was gonna say Justin Jackson was minimally
we let go of Kobe
involved.
Fleener to get Jared Cook. Freaking heck,
dang, Kobe Fleener, man!
Shout out. He had the long flow.
You know, he made his
going on,
bro. He made his. Listen, he had the long hair. He had the mane. Wow,
the Jeremy Shockey lookalike.
He did. Damn, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Jeremy Shockey minus the tats. Yeah.
Listen, Kobe Fleener, his claim to fame was being connected to Neckbeard, man.
Like they went to Stanford.
They went to Stanford together, and they drafted Fleener, then drafted Andrew Luck. I think, or did they go the other way around? Either way,
definitely went the other way.
Yeah, other way for sure.
They're like, we need Kobe Fleener, Andrew Luck.
Kobe Fleener.
We're gonna take Fleener, but I think we need Luck too, so we're gonna take him late.
We need this Fleener thing to work, man.
We're gonna take a Stanford player first overall.
Hey, I'm just saying, this guy that offered me a trade, he said, I was talking shit. I said, desperation's a stinky cologne. I got some guys on my bench that are going to put up points. He said, I lost week 1 on a stat correction. I said, week 1, 2, and 4. Question mark. Fuck out of here.
You gotta let him know, man. I smell you, man.
Yeah, right. Let's go.
I smell you, man.
And he beat me, but like I said, I had a wide receiver that didn't even fucking play the one time I played him. Like, and he beat me by 8 points.
I can't lie, man. Having 21 leagues, I've slipped up a few times. Like last week, I actually, in one of my dynasties, I squeaked out the win, but I had Mike Tyson Williams in my lineup, not knowing he was a healthy scratch. I was like, damn, how did I miss that? I knew he was a healthy scratch, but he was in my lineup still. Because
that can happen when you're in 21 leagues.
Yeah, right. No shit. That's a crazy amount of leagues.
I have all my waivers set in my 10 because I cut down from 15. But like I don't have the number set. I have the order set, but I need to go back in and like edit the fab for the ones that have fab.
Yeah, I didn't manage to cut down, but I stayed at 13. I didn't go up, so I brought baby steps.
Well, I have a nice routine. I start doing my waivers Monday, so like I'll probably take off here in a little bit, so I could just make sure I arrange them in proper order. But that's annoying in itself.
Yeah, my mind's a mess right now. Yeah, I need to get on that.
Yeah,
it's a mess, man.
So holy shit, I got a fuck Tom Brady banner in here.
Listen, I love Brady this week against
fuck Tom.
You know what? Actually, this might be another tough matchup because it's another defensive coordinator that just knows him very well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's playing. The Bucs are playing Miami.
Flores, he might struggle again. I don't really like that.
Wait, did they break their takeaway streak? Did they get one against the Colts?
I don't think.
Dang, I think they broke their streak, man. Because they were going. I think they had a takeaway in every game.
I think they broke it. Yeah.
Ever since Flores has been there, they've had a takeaway every game. It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah,
I don't even know
I
the
think
slate.
They broke it. I think they broke it, if I remember correctly.
It's fucking crazy.
How long was the streak?
It was like
since Flores has been there.
It It was
That's
like 20-some
unbelievable.
games,
A turnover
wasn't it?
that's unbelievable.
I
That
think it was
really
20-some
is.
games.
That
Yeah, I
is
was gonna say. So
unbelievable.
yeah, it hasn't been since the very beginning since Flores had been there, but yeah, it wasn't shortly after he started coaching them.
Jeez.
Are we talking upsets? I'm like looking at the schedule or the slate.
Yeah, let's
Upsets.
talk upsets.
Week 5. So, for those of you listening, week 5, I'm gonna run down the schedule. Got the Rams in Seattle, Patriots in Houston, Philadelphia in Carolina, Tennessee in Jacksonville, Green Bay in Cincinnati, Chicago in LV,
Chicago. I hate the Raiders.
Giants in Dallas, Bills at the Chiefs, Jets
Chiefs,
in
that's an
Atlanta.
upset. Isn't that crazy? If the Chiefs win,
The Chiefs win, it's an upset, right?
The Chiefs are favored, actually.
That's-
Are they?
Yeah,
2.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I wrote down all the point spreads. They had 2.5.
With a better record, and
Yeah,
were
so,
they?
yeah, I'd
Are
probably
they in
bet
KC?
Buffalo. It's in KC. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they're giving
Yeah,
respect.
it's basically pick 'em. Anything less than 3 points is basically pick 'em. So
It's a good point.
yeah.
All right,
And
the
it's
rest of
Tuesday,
was there
too.
more games on the slate?
Yeah. I don't know
Colts
where
and
I left off,
Ravens.
Yeah,
Monday
that's a
night.
Monday night. Yeah, that's it.
There's
Saints,
Minnesota,
Washington, Dolphins,
Minnesota at Detroit.
Buccaneers, Broncos, Steelers.
Washington's a good one. Is Washington not favored?
Yeah, Saints are favored. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Washington
noticed,
is-
Blake, you did me a favor and skipped the Saints Giants, man. I appreciate that. I don't have to relive that.
Hey, no.
Let's get to it.
I would love to. I would love to.
I'll give you my upset though.
All right,
It's
yeah,
gonna
I'll say
be.
Peacock and Bogard had to do it, so yeah, I need to take my licks.
I was gonna say I'll give you my upset though. Jacksonville beats Tennessee.
Ooh, that's a good one
AJ
too.
Yeah,
AJ
Brown.
Yeah.
I'll go with
Wow.
do y'all want
Tomorrow-
to review the Saints first or go with my upset?
Either one.
Oh yeah, I'll just get my upset out the way. The Bengals over the Packers, man. I'm gonna go with
Ooh.
Burrow and company.
That's
Four for
spicy.
and they turn him into Darren Rodgers.
I like that a lot, bro. Because you know what's crazy is Joe Burrow. He complained about this knee brace, right? And he goes, "Well, I'm getting used to it." And he's playing like he's not scared, bro. Like this knee brace is like
Getting in his way.
Yeah, exactly. He's a baller, man. And
He's
if they
stepping up in the throw.
Jair, if he's out, then
Yeah,
that's gonna open things up, man.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was news to me.
And they're at home. You know, the Bungles crowd. They aren't the Bungles no more, man. With Joe Burrow, that's a new team. Bengals pull it off.
I'm going Dolphins over the Buccaneers.
Oh.
That's extra spicy.
Man, they had the Bucks are the 10-point favorites in that one.
Fuck that.
So you say Dolphins be the bet of the week.
I think the Dolphins can cover that number.
Hashtag fins up.
Yeah, with
fins
Brian Flores knowing Tom Brady, I think I'd probably bet the Dolphins. Kind of like last week, I said bet the Patriots, and sure enough, they
Jacoby Brissett, the grilled beef brisket himself, the meat slab, right? Just a Tom Brady apprentice.
Yeah,
That's
for real.
true.
And it's like the Bucks have been very vulnerable this year in the past. I mean, the past defense, Brissett, the brisket might be able to.
They brought in Richard Sherman because how bad they are. Because if anyone has seen Richard Sherman, he's the guy you target when you have right when you want a big play down the field. You know what I mean?
He's like as old as Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He's been around a while.
I mean, you know what's crazy? It's remarkable that he came off an Achilles, being a corner where you have to react to a receiver, changing directions in a route and shit like that. Where it's like, it is amazing that he came back from an Achilles. You know what I mean? But he's still giving up splash plays down the field. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I'm not afraid of the Buccaneers secondary. I like that.
They have a lot of injuries, and then Sherman got lucky, and I think he recovered a fumble or something.
Yeah, I mean, because think about this: wouldn't the Niners been in line to be like, hey, like on speed dial, like, hey, we need you because we need him? You know what I mean? He's like, no, I'm going to a team that I could win a chip. You know what I mean? That's how much he knows. he's another Stanford grad. He's very intelligent. He looked at the Niners like, nope, it's not happening this year. You know what I mean? He went to us when we were on the up and up. Like he saw that. Like that was smart of him. He even went for cheap, like a prove it deal.
Yeah.
Side note, real quick. We forgot to mention it. I'm gonna bring it up. The New York Giants. Hey, Joe, fucking Josh, let's go. Hey, throw the challenge flag on fucking scoring plays. Who cares? You're doing you, buddy.
I know you guys are gonna review it, but I'm throwing this thing anyway.
Hey, I just want you to fucking double check her, buddy.
Like, oh man, speaking of bad challenges, man, Sean
I'll
Payton,
be the Joe judge of that.
Excuse me, sir. You can put this back in your. It's all right. We got it.
Sean Payton turned into
threw a
Joe
flag
Judge.
on him. They threw a flag for him throwing the flag, bro.
Fuck, man. Sean Payton turned into Joe Judge in this one. Man, they had a play. I think it was Saquon where they ruled him. It was the top where it was like a fumble. It wasn't even a controversial thing. And Sean Payton's like, fuck it, challenge. He challenges it. And it wasn't even close. Ruled on the field. Saying, well, of course, you fucking idiot. You wasted a challenge and a timeout. Now, fuck, man. It's just. And then that's when the game went to shit. Because that was the beginning of the second half. The Saints were looking really good going into halftime. Then had a big play in the third quarter. Up 21-10 at one point. And the fucking Giants got 17 unanswered on us, man. That was just brutal to watch. It just felt like one of those games to where you just knew it was slipping away. It's like you're climbing a mountain, you just slipping, and you're trying to get back up, but you just crash. Oh man, that was ridiculous.
None of our squads won.
0-4. Here 0-4 donut, the donut panel. The donut panel.
And if I were to bet, I would have bet New Orleans.
Yeah, I'll say mine was probably the worst loss. I mean, all y'all didn't really expect to win per se. Well, who'd y'all play? Y'all played Green Bay. Yeah, none of y'all were favored. I was the only one.
It's definitely that was definitely a Saints offensive problem because they couldn't close it out.
Right, and the defense really struggled there. Saquon just dominated.
The defense. Remember this though. I was saying this. I'm on record for saying this all year. Is that like the Saints are going to be in a bunch of shootouts because their secondary is giving up 300 yards.
Secondary got exposed this week. Yeah,
with Mac Jones, they really got exposed with Mac Jones. How about this? They really got exposed with Sam Darnold even.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Other than the Darren Rodgers game, that's the only game where we shut down an opposing quarterback. So Heineke, fire up Heineke in Superflex.
Who would have guessed Aaron Rodgers is the guy who shut down too?
Oh yeah, we turned him into Darren Rodgers.
He's Darren Rodgers.
Yeah, he was Darren, man. We kicked his ass, man. That's gonna be a fun one. Even if we have a shitty season, it's gonna be fun to reminisce on week one, the promising start with the 38-3 victory over.
Bro, I was sending.
He showed them. He was like, you guys will not be able to afford me. And he, you know what I mean? Then he plays the Steelers. He's like, listen, I'm gonna kick y'all ass real good because y'all gonna need me. You know what I mean? Like Aaron Rodgers is gonna be that guy that completes a team next year. Which team is it gonna be? Right? Like. Is it the Broncos?
Yeah, I say the Broncos.
Steelers
for sure.
Washington. Is Taylor Heineke gonna really he's balling right now too? You know what I mean? Really aggressive.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, I was about to say
Taylor hammer down Heineke.
Yeah, man, that'd be really interesting.
Hammer down.
Fucking hammer down Heineke. Fucking.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I put on this loss, I'll put most of it, though, on Sean Payton because not only did he have the bad challenge, his play calling down the stretch was abysmal, man. He killed Jameis's confidence. He did too much of Taysom. I mean, I love Taysom Hill, but he used him too much, especially on that deep bomb. Where Jameis had just thrown a deep bomb touchdown that got called back due to holding or some bullshit. And then he does it again, but this time with Taysom Hill to our shortest receiver, Deontay Harris, and it gets picked off. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? It's just bullshit like that, just bonehead play calling. And just, come on, Sean. It was just brutal, man. Come
Real
on,
talk.
Sean. Yeah, that was brutal. Honestly, he's lucky as far down here in South Louisiana. LSU, man, they're really having it rough with Coach O. I was like, if it wasn't for Coach O being such a bonehead, everyone would be railing on Sean Payton. But Payton's getting a little less heat because they're all saying fire O, man. LSU has just been. I don't know if y'all keep up with college equity, but they just dropped a big shit against the Auburn.
They did.
They lost to
Yeah, they
Auburn in Death Valley for the first time in like 100 years. Like it's embarrassing. Like the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Yes, the sky is falling for Coach O. I was thinking that today. I was like, Coach O is literally the college version of Urban Meyer. Like after he won the Natty, he divorces his wife, goes sleeping around. He takes a selfie with the young broad in bed and shit like this. Oh, it was just. And then they had this shit season last year. They had a terrible year. It's the pandemic. Then he comes back this year and looks just as bad. So it's like, yeah, he definitely. You rode the coattails of fucking Joe Burrow and Joe Brady, and then
Joe.
Yeah, exactly. You rode the Joes to get your natty, and then it went to your head, and now look at you. Garbage.
Basura.
Yeah. So hopefully, though, Sean Payton is my closing statement. I'm just going to chalk it up as an off game because a lot of Saints fans saying, oh, Sean's terrible. He's such a game management nightmare. I'm like, well, listen, we've been arguably the most successful team in football over the past 5 years other than the Chiefs. So let's pump the brakes here. Give the man a chance to regroup and figure things out. I think we'll be okay. We're not going to win the division, but hey, I still think we could get a wild card.
There you go. Hey, last but not least, final thing on the docket. Week 5 fantasy sleepers. I'm just going to say it. Last week, I said AJ Green. I'm just going to say it.
That was a good one. Last week I said Robbie Anderson, and to my credit, 11 targets. But damn it.
Yeah, like, man, he's so promising.
A lot of targets.
11 targets. I was in the ballpark. You know what? I'm going back to the well. Give me the string bean.
String bean, baby.
String bean.
Give me the string bean again.
Yep. I'm gonna have to pick on your Texans, Miles. I'm gonna go with Jacoby Myers, man. Myers.
That's not a sleeper. That's like a must start.
All right, Kendrick Bourne. Then that's a sleeper.
There you go.
Yeah, Kendrick Bourne.
Damn, that's deep.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, let's fire up Page. Mac Jones even.
Anthony Miller. Fuck it.
All the Patriots. Yeah, all the
Start
Patriots.
Anthony Miller.
Ramondre Stevenson. Oh, wait, healthy scratch.
I would say I don't know. Yeah, I would probably go with Bolden from New England versus the Texans.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, Brandon Bolden, he's a guy now at James Whiteout, 31 years old.
But I would also honorable mention Kadarius Toney for the New York Giants, also with the receivers still being unhealthy there. So check him out as a sleeper.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like that one a lot because they are playing. They're playing the Cowboys. And attention's going to be all on Galladay after he showed up last week. And so Diggs probably will be relegated to Galladay. And as long as there's no Shepard and it's not like John Ross, legendary speedster, is going to catch 70-yard bombs all the time.
No, he won't. But then there'll probably be the mirage of, or the corpse, the living corpse of Evan Ingram there, just to take away some attention from Kadarius.
It's true.
So
Evan Ingram sucks, man. God damn it.
He really does, man. He couldn't even do good. My Saints defense like Swiss cheese. He couldn't even do good.
But you know what though, Malcolm Jenkins is a guy that's going to be like heading up a lot of these tight ends too. So you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, he is a guy. Yeah, him, Demario Davis.
The Cowboys are actually bad against the tight end this year so far. Week 1, they gave up 2 touchdowns to Gronk. Week 2, Jared Cook had a touchdown that had a flag on it, right? Week 3,
he came back.
Week 3, Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz went crazy on them. And Brandon's a lot of garbage time still, nonetheless, did. And then last week, who did the Cowboys just play?
Yeah, they finally had a good week, but the Panthers, the
Panthers don't have a tight end.
They traded the Man Arnold. So they traded him.
They have like Tommy Tremble, the rookie, or something. So
Right, and Ian
Hell of a name,
Thomas.
Tommy Tremble.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it won't be too long before he takes Ian Thomas. Ian Thomas, man. We
Ian
thought he
Thomas.
was gonna be a thing, and he just fucking sucks.
Hey,
So
He
bad.
is he is garbage, bro. Like,
straight
come on,
out
man.
of the book of sleepers. I'm going week 5 fantasy sleeper. Rojo against Miami.
Well, against
Where is this?
Rojo.
Hold on.
Oh.
I want you to explain this. Like, where is
Rojo.
this? Where's your evidence why this
Why?
is?
Fuck Leonard Fournette. That's my.
Well, is it
that's my-
Gio Bernard? Gio
Hey.
Bernard's probably gonna be out again.
Hey! If you don't believe me, I'm gonna start Rojo. I got him in 2
Yes.
leagues. I'm gonna start him.
You have him
I'll
in my
start him.
league. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go. I'll start him right now. I will fucking swap him right now.
You're gonna have
Let's start him
Damian
right now.
Williams and Rojo in your lineup. I know it. I believe you.
I'm confident.
Put your money where your mouth is. I can
All right,
respect it.
all right, here you go. Let me,
Pitch is
let me
Derrick
figure it
Henry
out.
for Rojo.
Let me figure. Dude, I wish I had Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he's
One
the
of the-
fucking Jags this week.
The Smokey and Bogey League, I'm fucking struggling.
There's your other sleeper, Jeremy
Me too,
McNichols. After his breakout
Yeah.
performance, he's gonna have
Yeah,
a repeat.
Brown and Julio are out again. Yeah,
MC Nichols.
you're right. Right.
Yeah, I'm about to. I gotta grab some Jeremy.
So what happens
I
when
have him in a
Rojo
lot of
scores-
waiver ads. I had Bolden and McNichols and a few.
What
other
happens when Rojo scores 2 touchdowns this week?
I'm mad being a Tom Brady owner if it's on the
Make him
ground.
victory lap it.
Yeah, I was last week. Yeah, Rojo got the goal line carry.
Yeah,
and
fuck
Brady
Rojo.
got nothing.
I'm just saying, dude.
Rojo.
Roll, yeah, roll.
And you know what? While you're at it, Anthony McFarland all the way.
That's not gonna happen.
Hey, we
I would
ride
put
high.
money on it.
I mean, of course, I'm not gonna bet against you because I was wrong.
Yeah.
But it looked real fucking good early on.
Najee Harris is a guy. They're like, as soon as they
Yeah,
I got
drafted
my
him, there was
Najee
no
Harris.
other
Yeah.
conversation.
Anthony McFarland.
I mean, yeah, but early on, Anthony McFarland, you had some questions. You were like, I mean, maybe.
Well, because I know a guy. If I need to talk to Steelers, like let me call a guy real quick. Blake, what are we talking here with Anthony McFarland? He's like, he's the guy. And I was like, damn it.
I didn't think Najee was gonna get the touches in the
No,
passing game. That
This
he
is
got.
why they drafted him in the first round.
But
I
y'all,
mean-
y'all are
I
one
mean,
back
but I
system.
didn't think that was gonna be like the go-to. I thought it was gonna be like,
Okay, how about
Like-
this? Big Ben led the league last year in pass attempts, and they won 11-0 and then flopped. I think if I was Coach T, I would look at my GM and be like, we need to get a running back here. You know what I mean? And Najee was the guy. And you know what's crazy is shame on the Dolphins. They passed on him, man.
Yeah, then that bitch Carol Gaskins doing nothing.
Nothing.
oh no,
Yeah, they got benched. Man, 3 for 9 yards straight.
Yeah.
juicy.
And you know what's
Bomb.
sad is watch him get like 6 receptions against that front, because if someone like Brandon Bolden can do that, Myles Gaskin's probably gonna do that. And it's like, and no one's gonna start him.
Yeah, well, Salvon Ahmed might be.
Ahmed.
Ahmed. Yeah, he may have taken his job.
Well, Malcolm Brown led that team in touches in
Ugh.
carries with 8. So
That's
I don't even think we could fuck
disgusting.
with any of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess. That's other than the Texans. That's the
The-
worst backfield in
The
the
beef
league.
brisket likes to air it out.
He does. I like it. I like him
man.
for Devontae
He'll probably be their
Parker,
lead
man.
rusher. He runs a little bit too. Not
Right.
bad for super flex.
Not bad for Scott Fishbowl.
There you go.
Yeah.
But they say you have Taysom Hill too,
And
right?
you got him for a good minute, bro. Like, I don't think we see Tua for a while. Like, which IR is he on? The 6 week?
3 week, but yeah, with broken ribs, he could very
But
well.
that don't
miss.
mean he's coming back. That just means he's eligible to come back.
Exactly.
Like,
He could miss up to 8 probably. I mean, he might be out a long time. We don't know. But he's kind of fragile. He's had a lot of injuries throughout his career already. So it wouldn't shock me if he's out till mid-season.
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, this was
Well,
supposed to be his year, his year to
shit.
prove that he belonged, and now he's already hurt.
They could have had Justin Herbert.
I
Couldn't
know,
they?
right? They could have. That's like the Bears. Like,
Thank God he
could
didn't
have
go
had
there.
Patrick Mahomes, and you take Mitchell
Hey,
Trubisky.
did y'all see that last night? They showed like a card, or it was like a homework or a classwork piece.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
Justin
Herbert.
Herbert
Yeah,
when
that
he
was
was in
pretty sick.
kindergarten.
Yep.
He was talking about I want to live in LA and play for the Chargers.
Yep.
He
And
didn't
the
say nothing
Chargers
about
were
winning.
in San Diego at the time.
Yeah.
So like,
He didn't say nothing about playing for a Super Bowl.
yeah, it's true.
Man, probably never will on that shit old team. Yeah, it was sad as
The Chargers are gonna charge her, man.
they got. Yeah, I mean, it's like they have no home base. I mean, yeah, they won last night, but
They were at a home
fans were
game last
drowning them
night, but it
out.
was they had
Yeah,
no home
the-
field advantage.
Yeah, Herbert was constantly having to do this, like it's just
Calm everyone down.
Yeah, it was pitiful. I mean, it's like he couldn't even hear because he has no. It's just that team. I mean, they
But
got.
it was always like that for them, even in
talent,
San
man.
Diego, though.
Yeah,
Even
it's
in
sad.
San Diego, like it was like that. Like it's like the black hole when they're there. You know what I mean? Like, because the Raiders they hail from LA as well at one point. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
there's
they were.
generations like NWA, the rap group, man. They actually spawned a lot of Raider fans across the nation in the 80s because like that was the gear they rocked. So if you were from the inner cities, you wore those colors like just because
Yeah,
NWA,
silver and
you know,
black. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Still want a Charles Woodson jersey.
Hey, Woodson was the guy, man.
Yeah, it's
It
badass.
was
Yeah.
nasty.
We had the wrong Woodson at one point, my Niners. We had Rob Woodson.
You had who?
The other-
Rod Woodson?
The
Well,
other
I'd
guy.
say Rod Woodson was a stud, but that was.
I don't know.
Blake
He ended
boy.
up fired for the squad over here in the Birds.
He
my
played
guy.
for y'all, Bogard. Maybe that was probably he was an old man at that point if he did, because he did his shit with the Steelers and Ravens.
He was fucking
Yeah,
nasty.
he
I
was
don't know. Someone could probably
nasty.
fact check me on that because
I was about to say
do
Rod
remember.
Woodson. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. I know he started with Pittsburgh.
I think it's
and-
Rob. Was there? Hold on. Was there a Rod and a Rob?
Yeah, Rod played 1 year for y'all, 97.
There it is.
And then he
We had the wrong one, man.
And then he went to Baltimore and balled out. His one bad year was with
Look
y'all.
at that.
Y'all cursed him.
We
At
did.
least y'all had
We cursed him into
Deion.
greatness.
Y'all had Dion for a year and he balled out.
Yeah, and then he hates on us for life now. You know, I don't like those Niners. He's always like, you know, I got a guy. I got a guy inside telling me what's going on with the Niners. He knew all about the Vernon Davis was his guy. He was the mole those years. You know, I got a guy. I'm not gonna say his name.
Vernon Davis.
Coach Prawn. Coach Prawn.
Where's he coaching at? He's coaching for college,
Jackson
right?
State at HBCU school in
Ooh.
Mississippi.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, he's a head coach. Yeah, he plays against a lot of schools that are from Louisiana, like Southern University, Grambling
Yeah.
State. Like, yeah, a lot of those HBCU schools. Yeah, it's he's doing pretty good over there so far. I think
That's tight.
he's kind of controversial, but I mean, he's Deion's.
I want him to
prime
be a
time,
head
I mean.
coach in the NFL one day. That would be awesome, bro. That would be the swaggiest team ever.
Right? Yeah, that's why you never know. I mean, they tell me with Jackson State, he's trying to build them up, like he's like make HBCUs powerful again. Like back in the day, those HBCUs had some really nice football
That's
teams,
some
like
good teams,
Grambling
yeah.
with Eddie Robinson, the legendary head coach. They were fire. Like they could compete with D1 like powers back then. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's trying to make
Like,
Jackson State great again. If he has
Everybody
success
on the
there,
team showboating
Right,
like every
well.
chance they get.
Right? What are the chains they wear? What is those chains?
Turnover chains or
Turnover.
something.
Everyone has
Yeah.
a turnover chain.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the field, like
Yeah,
Right,
they,
where
make,
it
they make
play.
a play, but it's like taunting. They get taunting every play. They can't ever
they're
go
wearing the chain.
They get taunting every time.
Oh, man.
that's great.
good shit.
Oh shit. Peacock. We're gonna finish up. Peacock. Tell everyone where they can find you at.
On Twitter at ff_peacock, and I run a segment tomorrow night with my buddy there, Bogard, the real deal, fantasy playmakers, and then on Sunday mornings with Clock Management. You can find both of those on YouTube and multiple platforms wherever you get your streaming shit.
Yeah.
Fucking hey, Bogey. Where can
Yeah.
everyone find you at?
I'm very elusive. You know what I mean?
But it's also right there.
Yeah, it's
It's
also
right there. The earth is my turf. Yes, and I mirror what my man Peacock just said, man. Catch us on the Real Fantasy Playmakers What If series. My what if, spoiler alert, is I have a few for tomorrow, but one of them is what if James Conner pisses all us Kyler Murray owners off, man.
I mean,
God damn it.
I'm gonna make him on the graphic try to look like what is it? John
Make him
Connor.
look like the Hamburglar.
No, I was gonna say make him look like
Baby Yoda.
John Connor from Terminator.
Ooh, I
And I'll
like
have
that.
Sam
Come
Darnold
with me
behind him.
if you want to snake touchdowns.
Have you seen this boy? And it's James Conner or John Connor.
Come with me if you want to vulture touch. Oh no, that was the Terminator. Huh?
We'll see what I come up with.
Yeah, I know it'll be great, man.
Spencer, where can everyone find all your fucking content at?
All right. Yeah, I say my content's a little more spread out these days, but it's still mainly at Spencer the Guru, you know, on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and now bet.nola.com, baby. Just got a great alert. Sports betting will be launched here down in Louisiana tomorrow. It's getting launched tomorrow. There's a Marathon Casino. So we're gonna in the Big Easy. Yeah, it's gonna be going down this weekend. It's gonna be all legal. All the casinos are gonna be taking bets. So it's about to be crazy. So y'all go check out bet.nola.com. So y'all can get y'all's DFS, prop bets, spread bets, over, under, whatever y'all want to do. Y'all go lock that in. And then of course for all my fantasy degenerates out there, I know y'all out here watching. So yeah, it's Spencer the Guru for all that. Hit me up, DM. Gonna try to get back live this Sunday. I couldn't last Sunday because I was moving. But I've got my new spot set up, new studio, about to get a background and stuff on here soon. So we'll have that launched and ready to roll for y'all. So yeah, that's Spencer the Guru and bet.nola.com. Y'all go check it out.
Hey man, congrats again, man, because I'm just a fan of like people that do what they say, man. And this isn't something that happened overnight. You had worded me up about this whole move a minute ago. So it's awesome to see it all transpire, man. Good man. Godspeed, bro.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate y'all support, man. Appreciate y'all, man. I know y'all been rocking with me since the day I met y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Oh yeah, man. Come on.
Hey, I'm gonna let everyone know right now. Blitz with Blake, all social media platforms. And if there's one thing everyone out there can do for me, I think you can guess what it is. And it's go ahead and do me a favor and fucking take her sleazy.
Fucking sleazy.